Good morning, everybody. Sorry for the late start this morning. I slept right through my alarms, and these guys, called me the last minute. So I said, "Oh, hold on, I need 10 minutes to be awake before I run this show."
Maintain that I discorded you more than 1 minute before start. I just forgot to call.
Yeah, I mean, it takes us a while to remember that phones can also call people.
Yeah.
Or at least it takes me a moment.
This is the primary function of phones.
I mean, not anymore.
But, I mean, it's not what I use mine for.
Fair enough.
This is just a coronavirus news delivery machine at this point.
I want to give a big shout out once again to our audience for showing up yesterday and sending in lots of donations. We made $800 during the stream, which was amazing. We didn't expect to get anywhere near that high. We are going to leave the fundraiser up until Tuesday, end of the month. If anybody wants to sneak in any last minute donations there, obviously you're not gonna get to buy us any rerolls or things for donating at this point. But if you want to throw in a little bit extra to support that fundraiser, we'd still really appreciate it. It'd be really cool. In the meantime, stream points are back online, back on the table, so you guys can help them out this way, or help the team out that way. When we last left these heroes, they had escaped the gray base with the help of some stewards and joined them on board the Void Crier. They're still not 100% sure how they got to that gray base in the first place. Which, fun fact, means I cannot give them their chronicle sheet for the first book. Even though we're in the third book, there is still a spoiler on the chronicle sheet of the first book that they have not found the answer to just yet, really. They've had their suspicions, and at least once they've got it on the nose, but I'm not going to tell them which one.
I mean, we have a lot of different suspicions. So.
Yeah, we've thrown out like 40 different suspicions, and you're like, oh yeah, one of those was right. It's like, which one?
I can't tell you, man. Your characters don't know.
I mean, this makes sense.
Yes. Was there a chance that our characters could have known and we just didn't pass a check or something?
No. Okay. There really hasn't been a here's what happened moment yet. So
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know when that's gonna come necessarily. It might be in this book. We'll see. It's definitely not in the first part of this book that I have prepped for today. So without further ado, our icebreaker question this morning for the characters is, what's the perfect vacation for your character? If all of this goes well and you make it back to the Pact Worlds at the end of today's session, it's not going to happen. Just
and the Vescarium.
If you make it back after this horrible plight that you've had, where does your character want to go on vacation? Liz?
Oh, Adelaide would want to go to... There's some very nice tropical beaches on insert planet name that I can't remember or didn't know of.
Castrovel.
Castrovel. She's going to go to the beaches in Castrovel. They have excellent Wi-Fi, and she's going to sit in the sun and listen to the waves and drink expensive fruity drinks and not have to do anything for anyone ever again.
Nice.
Ever again? It's a vacation, not a retirement.
Shut up. Just to tell herself that it's forever, or she can't enjoy it.
Fair enough.
You've never gone on a vacation before? Come on, Simon. Jeez.
Yeah,
no.
You tell yourself it's going to last forever. All right, Leaf.
Iris would obviously spend time in the Abalon droid spa. It's one of their most favorite places to visit. They have that great searing oil bath that they love so much. And of course, who could forget the Apollonian masseuses? Think Swedish massage, but like they will get that knot out one way or another. Oh, time to wake up.
They're gonna open up your chassis and like pull those wires very gently apart. Massage the wires until the knots come out.
You have not felt tension release until you have had your body opened up and the insides just like massaged. It's
Or now.
Ghost makes a point that androids are at least in good part biological. So for androids, there's probably some traditional massage in there too. All right, Simon.
Don't interfere with the narrative.
Mr. Lasko
I always just kind of think of Android. Oh, so like Data from Star Trek. So but that's a discussion for a different time.
Yeah, how much of androids is biological? Question mark. It's a philosophical debate for the ages.
Really more of a biological debate. Yeah, so Mr. Lasko owns a few homes. Probably the one that he's most partial to when he takes a vacation is this like sort of mountain retreat in Akaton. If you get high enough, Akaton becomes a bit cooler. He would of course still do work there, but like maybe slightly less work. He would be operating at like 110% instead of 150%.
You're just basing. You're basing Simon. You're basing Lasko off of founders in Silicon Valley, aren't you?
I'm taking pieces from a lot of different things.
Tom, what about Ogden?
Ogden would probably go to Versite. To the he'd like to travel around it's called Fulbright, the hot side of Versite, because it's tidally locked, right? So it doesn't rotate in its orbit. So he would go to Fulbright on Versite to see the sights and then take in it's the Ring of something, right? The Ring of Nations. That's what it is. Oh, yeah. Man. I've been playing this game for 3 years or something. Yeah.
That's all right. We actually haven't had much like material that takes place on that planet, have we?
No, just Signal of Screams.
Yeah, you had a little bit on Signal of Screams.
Maybe that's a spoiler. I don't know. When I started Signal of Screams, I didn't think we were ever getting past the setting of the first book, right? I thought the whole thing was going to take place in one place. But
y'all thought you were going to die on that asteroid, which I thought was going to happen.
I don't think there's any APs that stay on one planet, much less one station.
Yeah. Especially in Starfinder, right? Where it's like, you're in space. You have the entirety of the galaxy.
In Pathfinder, you definitely do stay on one planet.
Dawn of Flame, we never left the sun. We went deeper into the sun, but we never left the sun.
That's true.
That's very true. It felt like different places.
It did.
The sun is very big.
Yeah, I feel like... Yeah, the sun's big. I feel like we went to lots of different places inside of it. I feel like those count as planets.
Kind of, sort of. Not really. So, these guys got about a day aboard the Banshee to sort of settle in. But when we last left them, they were on the bridge with Narla. And that's where we'll open. After the explosion of the gray base, Narla turns to the group and says, "Our little Banshee is usually faster than most starships, but it seems like those grays did something to our drift engines before we wiped them out. We'll have to use conventional thrusters for a few days until we figure it out. Maybe if we can get out of the system. In the meantime, take it easy. Get to know everyone." She gestures to Shez. Shez can show you the ropes. If you can pry him away from that cartoon he called a drone. Nyla's smile makes it clear she's teasing Shez, who waves the remark away. She continues, the rest of the crew members are part of a mercenary company, Pike's Peritons, commanded by Orville Pike. They're friendly enough. They've got one wounded in the med bay. Sergeant Breeze took a nasty hit on Omicron, and she's been down ever since. Once we get to Tercalis, our base on Veros, we can get patched up proper. Also, my boss, Inspector Hurd, will want to debrief you and make sure you're fit before we send you on your way. You can find bunks on the lower deck and chows in the galley. Make yourselves at home. I've got to get to a report done by morning, so you won't see much of me, but the ship is yours.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Captain. We appreciate your timely rescue, and make no mistake, I will make it clear to your superiors once we return home how beneficial your presence has been.
Of course. Now, if you'll excuse me. Iris, she seems to be telling the truth.
That's motive check. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, even with a effective 19 to discern lies. Okay.
Yeah, no, she seems to be telling you the truth.
Did roll a 5, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Very friendly.
Let me do a sense motive. I rolled
goodness.
a natural 1. I think.
Yeah,
Yes,
no.
not 1.
Still
No.
telling the truth. Very friendly.
Huh. I mean,
I
rule of
provided.
threes, I could roll a sense motive check.
You're not gonna find anything different. She's not playing you.
Yeah.
So you guys do have run of the ship. I provided you a map, and you've got some downtime.
Well,
Indeed.
Adelaide goes down to the quarters on the lower deck, finds that they are all 2 bunks per, so she sets one aside for herself and Mr. Lasley.
Oh, it looks like 1 bunk per, right? Where are we looking?
No, those
downstairs.
yeah.
Oh, lower deck.
Lower deck.
Yeah.
Right.
All the 15s seem to be bunks.
Guest quarters.
Um,
1,
yep,
2,
yep,
3,
yep.
4.
Yeah,
Although
hey.
I do count 6 rooms. I mean, we don't necessarily have to share.
Well, there
You could do the
Spread it out.
So besides Narla and Shez, if you look in Pike's handout, you can see all of Pike's Peritons. He's got, so there's 3 of them plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mercs, and they've been here longer than you. So
Sorry, I'm looking for the handout.
It's just over Pike. Ovir?
Orville Pike.
Orvir.
Oh,
There
got
we
it.
are.
Oh, Orville Pike looks cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Orvir Pike
Throw
looks
these
like
up.
he'll either kill you or bake you a delicious cake. He hasn't decided yet.
What a friendly
well, he is a
looking guy.
mercenary captain. You know, that's probably a good
friendly grin.
way to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
I'll
it's
either
like
kill you
it's,
or
you
bake
know,
you a cake.
It's like one of them
Or
them old like retired war German shepherds. I don't know what you actually call those military dogs. I didn't want to say military dog though because it sounded derogatory.
It does a
Definitely
little
talking
bit.
about the 4-legged animals, not our troops.
Canine units?
Yes, yeah.
Canine unit,
they're
that's
like
a good
all
word. Yeah.
grizzled and scarred and beaten up, but then like they have nothing but love.
Oh, yes.
Love dogs.
Oh, okay, so
I-
just so I understand, like the roles that everyone takes on the ship, like Shez and Narla, they're like stewards and they're like the crew of the ship.
Yeah, they hired these mercenaries to come along with them, from what you understand. So they're sort of in the main leadership role. Narla appears to be the captain. While you're up here, you'll notice. Let me scroll down to these NPCs. Fetch, Sparkles, is positioned as the science officer on board the ship. Hesper Karasha Lashunta as the science officer. There aren't any gunners up here right now. Shez is like checking the engineering station. So they do appear to be helping with running the ship itself as well. So they're all the crew.
I guess Laska will make the note that Simon wants to make to Iris, which is, Marshall, I can't help but notice the number of crew members on the ship who are not actually stewards. Is this standard operating procedure? Are they trusted?
And I'm pretty sure, as Leif, understand it, yes, it is actually kind of normal to use extra hired muscle when needed, especially outside of the pact. Am I right, Nick?
Yeah, and ops it's pretty common for them to hire hire mercenaries, like if they need more people to fill out a team.
Very well.
To it, so Iris responded, yes, it is actually not unheard of for this to happen outside of the pact.
You're cutting out pretty badly.
Yeah, Leaf turned into a robot.
Stewards over here. I mean, don't wait for me, but please.
Okay,
Seem to be
okay.
bad.
I'll just assume he said yes.
He did. Yeah, he told you that. Especially like ops, if they're taking on a mission like, I don't know, attacking a gray base that they found in near space. It's very common for them to hire on mercenaries to sort of fill out their teams. Because the Pact World it doesn't need to pay that many stewards. They're not usually storming bases.
Makes sense.
And that way you don't have like a standing army.
Outside contractors and all that.
Yeah. Stewards are not a standing
All
army.
right.
Exactly.
Am I better now?
You
Yes.
are better now.
Oh, marvelous! Yeah, I'm running off of my phone's hotspot again. I'm not even going to get into it, but yeah. Curse you, Alaskan Internet, for ruining my good RP moment.
Yeah.
Yep.
A moment of silence.
All right. I'll
Already had that.
I'll have some words with this sergeant, with this Pike fellow, and see if there's any way we can help. Since I can't, perhaps there's more information that they haven't told the stewards.
Yes. Perhaps they have somewhere that we could craft some items.
Looking at the blueprints. Oh yes, there's a workshop in here.
Oh, excellent. I will probably spend some time in there. If anybody needs any
There is, in
augmentations
fact,
of any kind.
Not a workshop.
Well, how do you expect us to spend these UPBs?
But there are a couple of storage rooms that you could probably, commandeer part of a storage room. Or
I've done
use your
more
phone.
with less before.
Yeah, no, this ship does not, in fact, have a workshop.
But you're still letting
Of
us
any
spend
kind.
UPBs?
Yes.
That's nice, because it does technically require facilities to do so. So I think this is more something that requires attention drawn to AP writers. We have not had a chance to really do anything outside of that matrix to get equipment, and we are level 5.
3 books.
We are level 5 now.
books.
This could have very easily been fixed by saying, "Oh, hey, look, there's a tech bay."
And
but look, there's
listen,
not.
it is very easily fixed. It is, because Nick is being very nice. And I think this goes back to the whole thing of GMs having to be flexible with the AP, right? Like, APs are great, they're not perfect.
No, and I accept that. I'm just positive feedback, constructive criticism. I'm not saying your AP sucks.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
Honestly, I
this
would
is
be
where it would
willing to
have
bet.
benefited. Because not
that-
everybody's GM is great and wonderful like Nick is, So
Yeah.
they'll be like, oh well, it's not here, so it's not here. Sorry, guys. You're still stuck with your level 1 gear.
You're not stuck with your level 1 gear. You guys found lots of good gear and a replicator.
I would not say lots.
Okay, maybe not lots, but you guys have some good gear. And he did find the replicator. I was gonna say I'd be willing to bet that whoever designed the ship was not also writing the AAP. So it probably wasn't.
I know. Yeah.
But yeah, an editor should have probably been like, we need a ship with a
The same editor who added the same editor that added the silver wiring to every room.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good catch by the editing team. Hey, there's not enough loot in here.
Frankly, that was way easier than, okay, we have 15 azimuth laser pistols and 10 sets of second skin, and like, it's just straight credit dumps.
Easier on the bookkeeping, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys.
Ghost
You
makes
guys
a
seem
scary observation, actually. Perhaps we're just supposed to steal the Merc's loot.
No, you're not supposed to steal.
Are you sure?
From your companions? I'm sure.
How friendly that guy is.
What Ghost said.
I'd rather not get killed by the mercenary outfit that outnumbers us 2 to 1.
Yes, we
3 to
do.
1.
Shez
Some of
does
them have
offer
weakness.
you use of some of his space in the engineering bay. If you want to work on technological things, I imagine he has a little workbench set up in there because he is a drone mechanic. So Shez will happily let you use some of his space, or in the case of Adelaide, who's working on magical stuff, you could just work on it in your room. That's fine. You might not have everything you guys need, but I'm willing to let that rule slide.
Thanks.
Since I'm only giving you this sort of first day to work on this stuff before we jump into the meat of this section.
Yes.
Then yeah, Ogden will probably spend a decent chunk of time in his room for the day. Well, not that much actually. He's
Ogden
going
can work
to
in the med bay if he wants to. There is a med bay.
the med bay. Excellent. Okay, much more sterile. So because Ogden is going to perform some self-surgery, and don't ask me how he does it, but he's replaced his eyes with dark vision capacitors, as well as his lung. He's attached a respiration compounder to his lung.
Cool.
On himself.
On himself. He's
while you're
he's really
spending
good at
time-
this.
While you're spending time in the medical bay, when you're not concentrating deeply on these things, you will meet Kaneko Breeze, the sergeant of the mercenary outfit. She's got a pretty nasty head wound, but she's healing up. So she's been prescribed some pretty heavy medication. So a lot of what she says is like, "Oh, hi, you must be new here."
Yes.
She's
Ogden Fell, hi. Nice to meet you.
You must be new here.
I'm Kaneko.
Aniko, nice to meet you.
Tall.
Funnily enough, I'm actually rather short for my family.
Oh. She's on like lots of morphine. But
yeah.
so
Space
most of
morphine.
your conversation
Lucky.
goes like that. But she seems nice enough for someone on lots of morphine.
Yeah. No,
What do you mean for
Ogden will
someone who's
have
on
a
lots
nice...
of morphine?
Everyone who's on lots of morphine is pretty nice,
Those people
actually.
are great.
Or
Ogden
asleep.
has
One of the
like a nice conversation with her as he's clearing an area and stuff like that. He gauges relatively quickly whether or not she's in her right mind enough to assist on his surgery. Decides, nope, I'd be better off doing it myself. Although if anybody on the team has medicine, he would also invite them to maybe oversee.
Nay, sir. Nay.
I will say,
You could
despite
also
the popularization of the belief that yes, people can take opiates and do surgeries. Dr. House is not in fact realistic in any way.
He's not a real doctor. He's only a doctor on television. Don't do that. And even if these guys can't help you, you could get to know some of the mercs. There are a couple of them that could help you. Kaneko's obviously not a great choice because of morphine.
Well, yeah. As a kite.
But you do have some options there.
Okay. Guess I'll go looking for one of them after I've set up my space. See if I find any likely candidates.
Yeah. Let me see who your best candidate is here. Who has medicine? One of y'all must have medicine. But they're pretty easy to find. The middle of the main deck right there is sort of a lounge area where people hang out. You'll find Orvir there with a couple of the others. He's showing his mercs. He has a new Strawberry Machine Cake song that's going to unlock in the morning. He's really excited about it.
I love it.
Actually, no, none of them have medicine. I lied to you.
Why she's
Bummer.
still
Orgot
in the med bay.
does have some mysticism. But yeah, no one's actually trained in medicine. I lied to you.
Ogden didn't do it himself thanks to nanites.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Nanites.
Surgery is really just you got to know coding, and that's really it. You just got to program the tools to do what they need to do, and then.
Yeah, except he doesn't know computers.
It's a special subset of computers.
Yeah,
that's all right.
Coding.
So he's an instinctive biohacker, so I like to think he's just sort of, this is probably fine. He makes an incision on his chest. Nope. All right, let's close that back up and then try again over here. There it is. All right, yes.
He's just
kind of voice from yesterday. Damn it.
Surgery by trial and error.
Yeah, he's just kind of winging it then. That's
oh my god, that's horrifying.
Yeah. Iris makes a mental note to not let him do major surgery on them.
Well,
no, he's learning to do it on himself, and then he'll know how to do it for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go first. But Adelaide is interested in that respiration compounder, so she's gonna get one.
Okay, cool.
Weak mammals needing to breathe.
This is also for poison effects.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to breathe, buddy.
No, androids don't breathe.
No, I don't. I don't have to breathe. Yeah.
So yeah, Ogden. It takes an hour per thing, per level of the thing to install it after crafting it as well. So I think that'll take up most of Ogden's day. Is crafting things, then installing them in people. And he'll also hand off his pistol to Adelaide and say, "Would you mind putting a few fusions on this for me?"
Hold on, a few? Construction crafting takes 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, does it?
So you guys can do you guys can do like 2 crafting tasks, maybe 3 if you work really long hours today.
Okay. Ogden will work really long hours because he wants 2 upgrades on himself and then 1 on Adelaide.
Iris is going to be building themselves a thermal capacitor.
Smart. Elastica will probably get the lung things too. They're too good and too cheap to pass up.
You guys are gonna have Ogden surgery all day.
And you make
actually, maybe that's the issue. So do you need me to make the Ogs and then you install them?
The respiration compounder is cybernetic.
So actually the crafting of the Og is the blocker, right?
Yes, because the installation per level is an hour. So
yeah.
Could you make? That's 12 hours of augmentation.
So I'll just make the check for the 2 of you. First engineering check.
Oh,
for
there's no checks for crafting. It's just can you make it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Based on your
Can you
ranks.
spend the 4 hours or not?
And then I think it's once you're high enough level. Actually, you might qualify for making the respiration compounders quicker. Because isn't it once you have enough ranks over it?
You have to be 5 levels higher than it, so we can't be there until level 6 at least. Got it.
Right.
Oh.
Okay.
I did extensive reading on this in preparation for this. Yes.
All right.
Oh, well, thank you.
So we only have 8 hours. Is that accurate? So in that case, we can only craft it for 2 people.
No, we have.
Yes.
I mean, you could push it out to 12 or 16 if you really wanted to.
Iris is going to spend some time getting to know the crew too, so Iris doesn't have all the time.
Yeah,
But,
Lasko wants to get to know the crew, so I feel like he'll just do the 8 hours.
I am only building one thing though, so if we're all doing 8 hours, I can contribute to building one more thing.
Could you make some explosive rounds for Ogden, perhaps?
Well, let's figure out what everybody wants, and then we'll prioritize things.
So I want the lung augment.
Inventory management.
Well, so the 3 of us want lung augment, so that's 3 items. Ogden wants
Okay.
explosive rounds, so that's 4 items.
Okay. Also, dark vision capacitors, so that's 5 items.
5
I'm
items.
building my thermal capacitor, that's 6 items.
Okay. So we have space for 2 more if we each want to create 2 things. Wait, no, only me and you can create things, right?
Yes.
Because it takes engineering.
Yeah.
So we're already
Yeah.
overbooked.
So we're already overbooked, yes.
So I'll
Okay,
count.
so I have.
So let's cut the explosive rounds and my lung aug, because that brings us down to. Oh wait, no, we want to bring it down to 4, so we need to cut 3
So
things.
that's right.
Okay.
Because we had 6 initially.
Okay. So so I'll cut my lung aug and Ogden's explosive rounds, and then that's the 4 things: the 2 lung augs, 1 thermal capacitor, and your thing. No, yours was the thermal capacitor.
I
no,
was
dark vision capacitor.
I was thinking of making dark vision capacitors.
Yeah.
You can't make
which
them. We have to
would
make
be
them.
me
They're
getting 2 things.
Right.
So
That's fine.
unless I make
That's
it,
not a big deal.
I can make it biotech. I can make a biotech by paying 10% more. So then I could use life
That's
science
an
with
option.
it.
Can you do that with all augs?
Well, the cybernetic augs can be done with what is it? Mimicking biochains or whatever. It
Yes.
mimics the cybernetics through biological means.
I see.
Yeah.
So
Okay, then we
and-
can handle this easily. Just convert 2 of the. So
Yeah.
we can do the 6 things. Just convert 2 of them to
Yeah.
biohacking.
yeah, so I'll convert the respiration compounders into
Yeah, both of them because that's the
biotech.
cheapest.
Yeah.
Yes,
Do the
exactly.
Okay.
All right, so each of those cost 25 more. So Liz, your better lungs are going to cost you 25 more credits for a total of 275.
Oh, I don't know if I can handle that.
Right. Yeah.
All
I
right.
can handle that.
Okay. So we got it all covered, and we got all 6 things.
Yes.
Everyone
It's
subtract.
been
the credits.
inventory management with nonsense.
Yeah.
Non-standard inventory management.
I think it's fine as long as we don't spend too long on it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, and that was rules exploration, right? Like
I'm
that's
thinking
interesting concept.
less inventory management, more construction rules exploration.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost,
We're
that
teaching
Morse
the
code
audience.
SOS in the background is their GM dying inside because they were asked to do this over the week.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, Nick. I did mine over the week.
No, I appreciate you. I'm just poking fun.
Poke more fun.
Okay.
So I'm
we're done.
noticing here on this sheet,
I believe so.
there's this thing about hypnosis.
Let's
Yeah,
get
don't
to
worry
that
about it yet. I put the
later.
rules
Yeah.
there so that you guys could review them before you had the option to use them.
Yeah,
Because you
yeah,
will
it's
later.
interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm very curious about it.
Let's not focus on
let's
it.
just say that. Yeah, let's just say that Adelaide gets around to reading about hypnosis. It's been on her reading list. And while she's inhaling the biotech spores that Ogden has, because he basically straps a mask on you, and then you just kind of have to sit there, kind of like you're at the hairdresser, and you want a magazine or something, and so she reads up on hypnosis. It's on her list. Oprah recommended it, or Space Oprah.
Space opera. All right, so that all in the bag.
Her name is actually Deepak Oprah.
I was gonna say Spopra.
Bopra.
Let's go talk to the captain, or Orvie or Pike.
Oh, yeah. He's happy to talk to you.
Like catch a meal together, and Lasco will bring out. Oh gosh, Lasco usually likes to bust out expensive liquor when he meets a new person, but he doesn't have any.
No. But he's happy to talk to you over dinner. He lets you know he's having a Brutaris party after dinner. You're gonna watch a game, and everyone is invited. He'll happily tell you. Yes. The Buzzblades have recovered from their horrible experience last year, and are finally back.
Lasco doesn't have an intimate understanding of the sport, but he's really good at faking interest and knowing about things. So they'll talk about that. He'll eventually try to transition the conversation over to how they got this job and whether it's similar to other jobs that they've gotten in the past.
No, he'll tell you that it's just another job. He's worked for the Stewards in the past, and they hired him to come help on this mission.
You get into the business of working with the Stewards?
Oh, a long time ago, many years ago, I rescued a steward who was in a spot of trouble and sort of got my name on their radar. They've been calling me ever since.
Is this truthful? Should I be
Yes.
sense-moding
Paranoid.
everyone? I'm doing it anyway. I don't care. I'm sorry.
Yes, he's being truthful. He's telling you the truth.
I think your dice rolls are just.
I need
cursed.
to just get all the garbage rolls out of the way. Is what I'm really doing.
So clever.
Clever.
No, he seems totally honest with you. And yeah, pretty friendly. He's grateful that y'all helped get everybody off Omicron last time. And yeah, he's got that Holovid of the annual semifinal championship match. And invites you guys to attend after dinner.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ogden will, of course, go.
Like I said before, he tells you all about his new strawberry machine cake release, their new single that's going to be unlocked in the morning. So
Lasco has a really hard time feigning excitement about that. He fails.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not Orvir. That's Shez.
Got it.
Okay.
I was having a little bit of a hard time seeing this grizzled mercenary really getting excited about
K-pop.
strawberry. Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty common theme in Starfinder. Yeah. Everyone who's big and burly loves strawberry machine cake.
I love that.
Every big burly character you come across, yeah.
Iris will spend time with Shez, assuming Shez is at this sports match viewing, completely ignoring the match and talking about the new release of Strawberry Machine Cake.
Oh yeah, Iris is totally very, very excited. This new single is called Rainbow Heart Flutter, and Shez has it pre-downloaded on his comm unit. It's going to unlock automatically in the morning.
That's fantastic. I'm sure Shez has it set to be their alarm for that morning.
Oh yes. Shez will also tell you all about his drone, Meltaman, who's based inspired by a well-known Holovid series starring a humanoid construct known as Meltaman. Mm-hmm. You all know Meltaman. In the show, Meltaman travels the galaxy, befriending children and saving settlements from enormous monsters that always seem to be lurking nearby. Shez's Meltman occasionally sprouts heroic phrases such as "Halt, monster!" and "I will not allow you to harm these children." Very cute.
No children in sight.
Yeah.
No
It
children
reminds
inside.
me. It reminds me of back in the day. You ever watch Kablam on Nickelodeon? They had this little short.
Blam.
Yeah, they had a short where it was a bunch of before Toy Story, literal footage of toys in someone's house, and they were all superheroes.
yes.
And there was Meltman with the power to
Melt.
Melt. Yeah.
He was the humor, the comic relief character, because he had a lame power. But anyhow, sorry.
I imagine Meltman
Fantastic.
melts other things.
That's way better than melting
His name
himself.
His name is Melt.
As Meltman, Meltman is a solo superhero, and therefore probably not comic relief.
Well,
Although
Deadpool.
probably also comic, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, you got
everybody sort of settles in. Everyone's sort of gathered in that mid area near the lift where everybody can watch the Brutaris match and talk. A lot of you have probably commandeered a bunch of chips and drinks from the galley.
I was gonna say there's space chips and salsa.
Yeah, I was definitely going to say that Adelaide is sitting on one arm of the couch, sipping a diet soda.
There's buffalo cheese dip and stuff like that.
Pretty good time.
Classic-
Everyone's sort of
Classic foot.
blowing off steam after having almost died, but getting out narrowly alive. And then you wake up in your rooms.
On the ship?
On the ship.
That's normal. Probably just had a bit too much to drink.
Surely just the way that Nick described it. It's not like we lost
Exactly.
time or anything like that.
Oh, I mean, you don't remember the end of the Brutaris match.
Probably just had too much to drink. I do remember going to the galley and trying to see if there was any whiskey. So that's probably what happened.
And nothing after that.
Iris, however, was not drinking, and finds this incredibly weird, as their memory is impeccable and they don't experience really losses of time all that often.
Oh yeah, and it's just gone.
But we are okay.
Logged in messages.
When you look at the time, it is 11:32 p.m. the next day.
11:32.
That's
Oh, no.
You're missing about 24 hours.
Oh, I don't like that
my
at
God.
all.
Iris
Ogden
gets
messages the others on their comm units. Did everybody just wake up?
Yes.
Yes, and I don't like it one bit.
Iris
coming
is running
over.
an internal diagnostic.
Oh, hold on. Rewind just a little bit.
Okay.
Because you are returned to exactly the same spot. So it's late in the party. When someone, probably Ogden, notices that the date on his commute is not the right date. It's the next day all of a sudden.
But we're still in the same room as all the mercs.
You are still in the same room, yeah.
And none of us notice anything. It's just Ogden's Ogden's day marker increments.
More or less. The Brutaris game has ended. Everyone immediately notices. And sort of... So, you blink and the game is over.
Okay.
No one remembers the final parts of the match. Shez notices...
I feel like our first inclination would just be assuming that the VCR went out, right?
Oh, yeah, probably. I mean,
VCR.
it's a holo vid, so it's not a
Sure.
VCR.
The hollow CR.
The HVR.
There you go. Yeah.
Sure.
While they're fussing with the HVR, Ogden looks down at his phone and Miss Fortwith, let me see your phone for a second.
Sure. Well, she sets the display to sort of reverse, and so he can see it.
Okay. Did you notice that it's a day later than when we started this party?
My God, you're right. I make serious eye contact with him. We've known this pronkery we've had pronkery like this before.
Indeed.
Overhearing this, Shez
Anybody
also
remember
checks his comm unit. My strawberry machine cake single is here. Play. Poppy just blasting his comm unit.
Iris is just getting into it, but is also like, wait, I thought it wasn't dropping until tomorrow, though, because they've just been talking Strawberry Machine Cake in the back.
It wasn't supposed to.
Or is it? It is tomorrow. It's the next day. It's whatever date it is plus one. Ogden says, because Ogden knows what day it is, or knew what day it was.
How? What proof do you have of this? We've been standing here for. What are you talking about?
It seems more likely that there's that there was some temporal anomaly in the drift that caused our comm units to skip ahead a day. Then look, we can just check the navigational computers.
Yes,
I'll radio up to the bridge because assumedly someone's up there.
The atomic clock in the bridge has got to have the proper date and time, I'm sure.
Any and all wounds that y'all were still suffering from the outpost, totally healed.
I don't think I had. Does anyone answer when we call up to the bridge? Presumably the captain was up there, or?
Yeah, someone was probably up there
possible, but
keeping an
nobody
eye on the instruments. Probably Narla while she was doing her report.
Totally healed, you say? So does what's her name with the head wound come walking in without a head wound, or?
No.
Okay.
Captain Narla, a quick inquiry. Roughly how many days are left until we return to Pact World space?
Well, we're traveling on conventional thrusters, so.
Oh, right.
That'll depend on if we can enter the drift once we're out of this system or not.
I think the real question is, what day is it?
Well, it's. Oh, that's. What the hell?
Yes, we are noticing a similar anomaly on our comm units.
There's 24 hours missing from the computer.
Has our ship moved 24 hours worth of distance?
Yeah.
And while this conversation is happening, Iris is going to actually turn to the folks and kind of say, perhaps we should get to our ready stations, and is going to actually make their way to the bridge.
Soda gone flat.
Sorry, what were you going to say there, Nick?
All the soda has gone flat.
All right, let's go. We'll say to the room and also to the comm channel and the captain. I propose that we gather on the bridge and discuss what has just happened, and as the marshal has implied, prepare ourselves for danger.
Yes.
Action stations aren't necessarily, danger, but just to be prepared for anything.
Is the rest of the ship's occupants okay with gathering on the bridge?
I mean, not every. The bridge is pretty small. Fitting everybody on the bridge is probably.
We should meet in
not
galley.
Yeah.
Well, we're already in a reasonable meeting area, presumably.
Yeah, you guys are sort of in this recreation area here. Narla is up on the bridge. She does invite anyone who wants to look over the Void Crier's logs to come and do so.
And yeah, I was just gonna do that.
Marshall, I can take
That's
care
going to
of
be a
this.
computer's check.
Yeah. Marshall, I can take care of this. Why don't you search everyone's quarters to see if you can find any hint, anything that changed that shouldn't have.
Okay.
If you want to, I mean, everybody is right back in the same place. It doesn't appear anyone left the room. You can do a once over of everybody with some medicine checks.
Sure.
Adelaide will remember her hypnosis reading. That's a way you could sort of look into it. Let's start with Lasco up on the bridge. So you meet up with Narla on the bridge, and she shows you where the science officer's station is probably the best place to check these things out. You find disjointed data that suggests the time loss began at 11:32 p.m. when an EMP affected the Void Crier. Yeah, and you could attempt another computer check to hack in further, beyond what the sensor data that Gnarly gave you access to, if you wanted to.
That's right.
That's
not
not
a
going
great
to do
check,
it.
though. I'll keep going.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, you do have. Let me open your requests queue. Clear all the toot toots out of here. One moment, please. Select all the toot toots. Complete all the toot toots. All right. So, without those, you have 6. Oh, we got some burger breaks. Complete those. You have 3 rerolls. Yeah. Already this morning, if you'd like to use one.
Thanks, Ghost, Jet, and Trippy. I'm pretty positive are the names I read earlier as they popped up. If I was wrong, I apologize.
Those are indeed.
All right, I'll use one.
All right, this one's from Ghost.
25. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Ghost. You're a champ.
25 is just enough.
The real MVP
to hack
is the reroll.
further into the system. So there's administrative records, flight data, and the like. It also holds communication records, but no copy of outgoing communications, only time logs. Oh, I should have told you not to spend a reroll on that. I didn't give you a whole lot more information. So I'll make it up to you that you sort of you look in there and there's not a whole lot, so you take that computer's check back to the sensor records and identify that the EMP originated somewhere in the rear arc.
As in behind our ship or in the back of our ship?
Behind from outside.
Okay.
As if,
outside.
yeah, okay,
It's an
outside.
EMP.
That's the
Yeah.
Somebody
If it
shot our
had
ship
been
with
inside-
an EMP.
If it had been inside the ship, the whole thing would have been fried, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
go.
You can also investigate some of the drones aboard the Void Crier if you like, but let's bounce back to Ogden's medicine check.
Yeah. Ogden got a 33 when you initially called for the medicine check. I apologize if I jumped the gun.
Oh, no, you're fine. It helped me sort of have a cue of how we wanted to go through this.
Okay.
So you sort of look over your team and some of the mercs there. And pretty easily identify you identify some marks on people. It seems like everybody has something different, like a warm spot on their flesh, an incision scar. You find various injection sites on different people.
Drunk this.
Yeah.
Ogden grows increasingly concerned as he works through the crew.
Yeah, and it seems without fail, everybody you look at has some sort of mark of being experimented upon.
24
Again.
hours.
Oh, this is getting tiring.
Experimented on everybody. Ogden makes notes in his data pad. Seems to be incisions or some sort of injection site on every patient, every subject. Grays. And he'll examine himself as well. Does he see anything on himself?
Oh yes, you as well. Every person you look at.
Okay.
Although if you venture to the med bay and look at Kaneko is fine. The only
Weird.
one.
What does Kaneko remember?
Interesting.
Oh, nothing, because she's already...
You're tall.
Right.
Yes,
Iris?
yes, I am very tall. Thank you.
Iris, who's been accompanying Ogden. Go ahead.
Then Ogden would like to actually go up to the bridge and check in with who is it? The captain,
Narla.
Iris will actually stop Ogden
Arla.
on the way out of the med bay and kind of like out of earshot of our drugged patient would maybe say, perhaps a deeper medical scan on that one is in order. If they're really the only ones without any signs of experimentation, don't you think that would be prudent?
I don't see what else I could do. She's been taken care of in the medical bay. I'd rather.
I don't mean.
I'd rather circle the wagons right now.
I just suspect that there's some way we could perhaps, under the guise of a medical checkup, acquire some DNA and try and ascertain whether or not she is who she says she is. If this isn't more, wow. You think I wouldn't forget the word for whatever Herald was.
Astrozone.
Yeah, there it is. Whew.
Oh,
Like an asteroid, but meteor.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That is a good point. It seems that unfortunately we can't trust anybody, even still.
Indeed.
I will make a point to swing by later. For now, I'd like to examine the entirety of the ship's passengers, but we'll circle back to this. That is a good idea. Thank you, Marshall.
Very well. Shall we? And steps out of the way of the door and follows Ogden up to the bridge.
Yeah, we go up to the bridge.
You'll find Lasco finishing up his scouring through the records. Find anything, Aiden?
Lasco? Everybody has been everybody has had small incisions made or injections or some sort of probing done to them, including myself.
Lasco suppresses a shiver.
Did Adelaide say she's accompanying us up to the bridge?
Yep.
Very good.
Adelaide has been sort of thinking pensively and says, well, there is one avenue of investigation which we have not yet tried.
Let's Lasco say what he found first.
All right.
Because we haven't done that yet. Yeah. We seem to have been attacked around when our memories end. The ship was attacked by an EMP blast from behind. some ship was likely faster than us and caught up to us. I'm unable to determine the make or the technology used aside from EMP, which is relatively common.
EMP blast would not knock us out, would it?
No, but it would stop the ship, and
Yes.
if our memories were modified again, well, they could remove any amount of time.
Well,
You
There is
will all
one.
recall that 11:32 is like exactly the time when the video stopped. Like you guys blinked and the video stopped, and
Sure. I'm just making the point that, like, if they can edit our memories, they can edit it up to an arbitrary point, right? So the EMP might not have knocked us unconscious, and they just removed all of the, like, I don't know, whatever frenzied. Actually, no, that's a good point. It seems unlikely that we would have been conscious, because then we would have a lot more. We would have resisted any borders, right? I would have expected the ship to have some more damage, or us to have some more combat wounds.
Yes.
So, yes, it seems likely that this EMP weapon also knocked us out.
which is
yeah,
very
other than
curious.
incision mark
Interesting.
and injection sites, other than little medical doodads, like nobody's hurt at all.
Yeah.
Even
And
if
it
they
seems
were
un-
hurt.
Yeah. And it seems unlikely that whoever did this is, like, removed such combat wounds, given that they would have removed the medical wounds if they could.
Well, some of you still had some scars and scuffs from the outpost, from that fight.
Healed.
And all those are healed. Yeah.
Could this have been a concerted attempt to remove any evidence of tampering with us in the facility to cover up our story, make it harder to believe us that we were experimented on?
No,
Possibly,
because
but we have all this other stuff now that is also evidence that we were experimented on.
and wouldn't they have simply removed the memories of the experimentation within the facility, or memories of the facility at all?
Why the hell did they do
No.
this?
Well, there is an avenue of inquiry that we have not yet taken, and
Jeez.
I should like to try hypnosis.
Hypnosis. Oh, that pseudoscience.
Adelaide, do you...
Hypnosis can be very effective. Iteration 13.
Yeah, I'm curious. Adelaide, do you
So,
expect, like, in our backstory that you've, like, used this before in service to
I already
L1?
mentioned it in flavor text. I've been
Oh, I missed
reading
that.
about it from space opera. Remember?
Yeah, no, I got that. I'm just wondering whether, like, this is something that you've done for, like, L21 before.
No.
Okay.
Ogden has seen it used in Directive 9 as well, occasionally, in advanced interrogation and stuff like that. But of the less violent, more interrogative situations.
All right.
You need a willing volunteer.
Yes. Who should like to try it?
Blow me up right now.
Try it on me.
All right. Okay, so rules time. Hypnotizing
Look
a
at these
character is a
rules.
language-dependent task that requires 1 minute in a non-stressful situation. The subject must be willing to be hypnotized, and the hypnotist must succeed at a check with either diplomacy or mysticism, whichever skill has the lowest bonus. On a failed check, the hypnosis fails.
It's interesting.
If blah blah blah, successful hypnosis sends the subject into a trance during which the hypnotist can ask questions and receive answers within the limited knowledge and perceptions of the subject. If the hypnotist succeeds by 5 or more, though, the subject enters a particularly lucid state. A lucid subject answers questions calmly and rationally, and with more detail and precision than other subjects. The hypnotist can end the trance as a move action, and it ends automatically if the subject endures any harm or the hypnotist fails to talk to the subject for a minute. The subject relives the intense emotions the hypnosis session recalls, such as surgery or the revelation of a hidden enemy. Therefore, the subject must attempt a DC 15 will save whenever reliving such anxiety. On a failed save, the subject emerges from the trance, remembering nothing. Lucid subjects have a +2 circumstance bonus to such will saves. So, let's roll mysticism, because I don't have bonuses to that. Ooh,
That's
okay,
actually really interesting, and I like that mechanic. That's cool.
Yeah. So I rolled
Your CR is 5, so you're looking. So
Yes.
okay, so you do make it.
Ogden sits back in his chair.
And Ogden,
of my voice.
yeah, I guess you can ask some questions, or I could just give you sort of a fuzzy description of what Ogden will, the sort of things Ogden will tell you.
I guess I'd like to ask
Because Ogden
questions.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Because Tom as a player doesn't know.
Yeah, and I realize now that this is an odd situation, right? Where like Ogden is going to recall some things, but I don't know what those things are.
Perhaps this is one of those few and far between instances where the GM should take control of the player character just to give the proper answers. Don't feel obligated to do the voice, but I think that's how we got to do this, right? Because Ogden
Alternatively,
fine with that.
Alternatively, Nick could message Ogden what he knows so that Ogden can deliver it in character.
This is also a possibility, but we are at the question asking point. Perhaps Nick wants to do that with others in the
Tom,
group.
as this is your character, how would you like the you're gonna know more than like your characters are really gonna know, just so you can convey it under hypnosis, or would you like me to give an overview?
I am terribly indecisive. Let's go with the overview because I don't want to know more than my character knows.
Yeah.
Right.
I was going to say, in the interest of preserving the integrity of the mystery, you should honestly just do it.
All right. So under hypnosis, Ogden relays to you sort of a disjointed tale of how he returned to his room, and then there was a sense of anticipation and a beam of light, and then he was floating through space, and then there were experiments. They took skin samples and could have sworn he heard a drill somewhere in the distance. And then there was a room with a gray. Said it was a very nice gray. Meant no harm. He said they had enemies among the Voidcryer's crew. And then he was back.
Now, I do believe I need to make a will save.
Do need a will save.
Luckily, I passed with a 19.
Yep. So you manage to like calm your anxiety as you come out of this trance state.
Okay.
Well, now we need some verification. Who's next?
I don't understand. This doesn't jive with the evidence that we already have. We have every evidence. The EMP blast. You say that you finished the game and then walked to your room, but there was an EMP blast at 11:31. Wouldn't that have taken out the systems?
I suppose so. How long? How much are we missing of the game then?
You're definitely missing the end of the game. He didn't say you watched the end of the game in his trance.
Okay, so at 11:30, you just
Finished
like walked
watching
into
the
the
game.
room. No, you didn't finish watching the game. So
No, sorry. I finished my viewing of the game and walked away.
Yes.
Is what
Right.
poorly phrased.
Yes, the game kept running, but he remembers going back to his room.
Do you remember seeing other people?
Also,
go back
he
to
wasn't lucid in that state, so like the clarifying questions, I should just hush.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's next? Las Lucas? Mr. Lasco?
We need more information.
No.
Well, Agent? Oh, no, Agent, sorry. Marshall?
Iris kind of looks at Lasco and then at Ogden. And then shrugs and says, I suppose no harm can come from it. And sits down.
For true. And no, she only thinks that. That would definitely no. All right. Let's see. Listen to the sound of my voice. And she rolled an 18.
Yeah,
Can we get a reroll?
Yeah,
I'm gonna use a reroll.
We do have some
reroll.
rerolls.
Do it. Iris
This
wants to be
one
lucid.
comes from
perhaps-
Jet.
Perhaps also before, if Nick gives us any new information, if she's going to, before she does, perhaps Iris should make the save, because if Iris fails the save, then we don't get any of that information because they wake up.
I mean,
I remember nothing, but Adelaide will still remember it.
I was going to say, yeah, Iris remembers
Y'all will
nothing.
still have heard it. but Iris will remember nothing.
I see. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, my
But a
mistake.
20 is also a failure.
Pronk.
Yeah, you just barely made it with the 23.
Yeah.
Your DC's 22.
If the check fails by 5 or more, the subject can be hypnotized again only after 24 hours.
Well,
You failed by
2.
less than 5, so you could try again.
Very well.
Iris will kind of scoff when it doesn't work the first time. All right, you can try again.
Marshall, you really need to work with me here.
You're right. I apologize. All right. And
25.
There you go. Iris, since you're in the same kind of state as Ogden and you remember similar things, would you like to maybe answer some of her questions? You can make up your own sort of semi-lucid interpretation of the experiments, if you like.
Yeah, Iris kind of is sitting there with, and like any trace of a smirk that they had on their face kind of fades away, and they kind of like their arms drop a little bit, and they kind of just mumble something about, Shez and Strawberry Machine Cake, and then all of a sudden being in their room. And then a drill? Yeah, a drill. But it's drilling into me, and then Iris kind of like wakes up in a start.
Or like cold sweat.
Make a will save.
That's a 20. That's a cool 20.
Iris remembers his as well.
And instinctively like reaches to the back of their head where they were being drilled on.
There is in fact a bit of scar tissue right there. On the back of your head. Like
Iris's
someone
eyes
drilled
just kind of go wide.
Captain! Captain, a moment, please. So
Oh, are you talking to Narla?
yes.
Yeah, she's the
Oh.
only captain here.
Sorry. I thought you were talking to each other.
No, Herald was captain, but Lasco's not.
Yeah, you're right. Yes?
In the interest of continuing our investigation into the last 24 hours, I'd like to see if you would be willing to enter a hypnotic state for me. We've been able to uncover some memories from amongst our own group, but we need to verify with those of yours. If you would be so kind?
Sure.
Excellent. All right. Listen to this. If you wouldn't mind sitting down. Deep breaths. Listen to the sound of my voice. And 26.
It's going to be enough. And that on her should succeed by 5 or more.
Cool.
Just barely, yeah.
Nice.
So would you like to ask questions since you have an NPC now?
Yes, I would. Who won the game?
I don't
watching.
know. She wasn't watching the game either.
Oh, okay. Well,
She was on the bridge.
Yeah.
it was worth asking. So, what did you do after 11:38? What was the number? The time?
11:31.
11:32. What did you do at 11:32 yesterday?
I stopped what I was doing. I was compelled to sit down and remain quiet.
Do you remember an EMP blast?
No, but one wouldn't remember an EMP blast.
But like the ships at never mind.
Not this one, no. This one disabled all the people. It compelled everyone.
It's not a normal EMP blast though.
What exactly about Grey strikes you as normal?
It's very true.
Nothing here has been normal.
We literally have no idea what they're capable of.
I have a gun that turns into a stick that I can hit people with and also is like alive. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
So you sat there quietly. What happened next?
Oh, there was a beam of light. And drew me backward through the hull of the ship and out into space. And then into another ship that was following us.
And then?
And then experiments. There's a Grey standing over me with a 3-pronged needle that it put into my nostrils and ears.
Did it say anything to you?
You are not conducting the hypnosis, friend.
Okay.
Did it say anything to you?
No.
Then what happened?
There was another room. And another Grey. And then said everything would be all right.
And you believed him?
Yes.
And then what happened?
Then I was returned here to the Void Crier.
after he said everything will be okay, did you forget what happened before?
I don't know. How would I
When
remember
precise-
forgetting?
A good point. So, you returned back here, to your exact position.
Yes.
At 11:29, did you remember what had happened with the experiments?
I don't know.
Unfortunate.
It is hard to remember remembering.
Yes, well.
I think during this, Iris, at hearing
mention of another ship following, would have directed Lasco over to the scanners to attempt a scan for that ship, but we can take care of that after the hypnosis is completed.
All right. When I snap my fingers, you'll be back in yourself, and you will remember everything that you just told me, and everything will be all right. Make your will save.
Do not snap on camera.
Oh,
Do not snap at microphones. It sounds terrible.
no.
I didn't hear anything. I think Discord cut it out.
I think it did. Yeah, that's.
No, I had no idea.
Based on Liz's reaction.
Just go through the
Yeah.
motion of it.
Yeah, whistling, snaps, and clapping all don't translate well on audio devices. They're hard to record. Especially whistling. Whistling is really bad. Where am I? Oh, you were doing that hypnosis thing. Yeah. Did you get what you needed?
Well, we got what we got. No, and it's not your fault. Agent, this might be a little unusual, but perhaps we could try hypnosis on the sergeant in the med bay.
Oh. I
She
suppose
does
so.
speak-
Her experience is unique.
Yes, in that she doesn't have any markings. I suppose we could. She's not in her right mind normally. And I say normally, I mean day to day because of the drugs. But perhaps she'll reveal something. Perhaps she saw something.
Someone can be willing while they are under the effects of so much drug.
Drugs.
Yeah, you can't really get consent from somebody that drugged up like that.
Yeah.
But before we go down there, I will do this scan for the ship, although I doubt, it'll give too much.
The point I'm trying to get to here is I don't think we can actually hypnotize her right now. I think that's a physical impossibility.
agree.
We should try
Yeah.
and just go around that in the interest of time.
Yeah.
Hypnotizing somebody with that much morphine in their system, she's just gonna fall asleep.
Yeah.
So we don't
Yeah.
do that then.
Yeah.
To relax.
Also consent.
Yeah. Also, consent is important.
I suppose so.
I did get a crit on my computer roll, but I'm still not optimistic.
Yeah, hey,
You did, in fact, get a crit on your computer's roll. So you scan the area to the aft of the ship for unusual energy signatures. And you do find a cloaked vessel to the aft of the Void Crier.
The hell?
You can't pinpoint exactly where, but there is something there. There's like an anomaly in the sensor data.
That's odd.
Huh?
There's some anomaly in this data, and it is located to the aft of the ship. I'm not sure, but I suppose it could be a cloak vessel.
Iris will look at the data and then scan their database banks for other data and come to that conclusion, assuming that is acceptable, that yes, it is a cloaked ship.
As you are all here on the bridge, suddenly the bridge crew twist in their chairs, grasp their heads, and scream. Narla and Shez collapse, while the mercenaries reach for their weapons. Go ahead and put yourselves on the bridge, please.
Gosh. Oh no!
Found all the things. Now it is time
Bridge is very tough.
for the combat.
Bad things to happen.
Oh no! Combat in such a small place.
Yeah, at least you're melee, buddy. At least you're melee.
Well, I might actually use a reroll if I get a bad initiative just because of that. So I'm just warning y'all.
Hey.
Okay, I don't think I will need to reuse it though.
Are we on
I might take
the
one.
ship?
Then
I don't see my...
You have to drag
No,
yourself
you're gonna
out.
have to drag yourself.
Yeah, you'll have to drag your token out.
towards the
and
north
that's
of the map.
from the... So I'm
Character
trying to
sheet.
grab at characters.
Yeah, so you go into the tab with under characters, you left click, drag onto the map.
Left click drag. Yeah, it's just highlighting text.
I can
There's
do
a
it
way
for
to
you.
do it without highlighting the text.
I can't do it for your character because I don't have access to it.
No,
Hold on.
yeah.
There you
I
go.
was gonna say, just let Nick do it.
Okay. If everybody's gathering in the bridge, which I believe is 10, I can't see anything.
We're in the very top.
Yeah, the
There's no
bridge is at
number.
the very top of the map.
Oh, there we are. Oh, wait. Yes, there we are. Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
Also, we should probably have fightier music than this. Oh, there we go.
yeah.
Nice.
Very
got
nice
you.
fight music. All right, I have one more of these guys who needs initiative, and I still need Adelaide's initiative. I think that's everybody. All right. This elf, who looks a lot like an elf you guys really don't like. Well,
I was
not
going to
you
say
guys.
that
I remember
that
him.
elf looks familiar.
Well, they didn't give me
Yes.
art for this elf, and I needed a male elf.
I don't blame you.
I used this guy. Luckily, your characters don't hate this guy as much as you as players do, because that could be very bad. For him, not for you guys. So he's gonna go ahead and take a shot at a couple shots at Iris with his laser rifle. Roll 20. I believe in you. Here we go. 14 probably misses. Does a 19 hit your EAC, Leaf?
I believe yes, it does.
3 fire damage.
Negated by my new thermal capacitor.
Curses! Curses!
Yes. Hey Nick, by the way, I'm level 5 now, so you know what that means.
Now you're
The
gonna
feet,
start
the
stomping.
DR feet.
DR.
You're gonna rub
Fire
enhanced resistance.
cold
yeah.
resistance. Hmm. Oh, that was
All right,
a very
Adelaide.
nicely timed crescendo.
All right, so who all is in the bridge here? We've got the crew. We've got the...
It's
Nyla
part
and Shez
of the
are
mercenary crew.
unconscious, and
Okay.
these 3 twisted around in their chairs,
Gotcha.
pulling their weapons on you.
I see. Well, Adelaide is going to cast... Do I want fear or do I want damage?
Probably try not to kill them.
Yeah.
Okay, ego whip. She's gonna ego whip. The elf.
Okay.
Why not? Ego whip.
Whip it real good.
So we'll save. All right, that's gonna
That's a
fail.
good spell. Nice.
Oh, okay. So staggered. Got it.
Staggered and a -2 penalty to anything
Yeah, the soldier doesn't care.
mental. Ah, well,
The soldier only cares.
you
about
win some, you lose some. Staggered is still great.
Yeah, the soldier doesn't care that you heard his intelligence. Do you want your move action?
She will take out a pheromone bomb.
Okay. Iris.
Iris is going to go ahead and move around this way.
One moment.
Soldier
Which one got staggered?
The elf here.
Yeah,
Azael.
the guy that I moved up in front of.
It doesn't make more sense to move away from the one who's staggered, because then he won't be able to attack.
Yes. I stick by what I've done. No, I can move here instead. I just want to kind of block him off. I just wanted to block him off more
For staggered.
appropriately. I'm worried about my squishy lizard friend.
He'll be fine.
Iris moves up to over by Sparkles.
And goes for an unarmed strike.
Attempts
That
to
is
smack
minimum.
Sparkles, which will hit.
17 Ks, yeah.
And bludgeoning damage. Ow. 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 Sparkles is having a bad day. And then it will be Esra. Esra is going to... do what operatives do.
Oh darn! Should have gone with them.
And Adelaide, because Adelaide just cast a spell at
What kind of weapon are they using?
her soldier friend. Static arc missile.
Oh no!
That's a 15 to hit your EAC.
Good question. Good question. It is. Yeah, that hits.
That's 8 electric damage.
Okay.
And then, oh no. Gosh, this place is so small. Why'd you give me an operative in such a small little space? Raiders.
Operatives like to run.
Don't even make sense. Esra will stay right here. Lasco.
Lasco will take advantage of an ability that he picked up at level 5, versatile movement, to run along the wall, over the head of this soldier. So, like, sort of in this square, but up a bit, kind of maybe standing on the window. And then lash downwards with a kick.
Okay.
You dared to
Core
leave.
fighting.
Yep.
By this soldier, I presume you mean Iris.
No, the bad
That's
one.
not a soldier. Sirzael
Oh.
is the soldier. Sparkles
Sirzael's
is
the-
the
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
in the face.
Yes, and you already told me this. I apologize.
Yeah. 40 will hit that Technomancer.
I assume that the trick attack fails, though.
That
Two
Technomancer
is
is
too low.
dead.
Oh!
We'll do
What?
unconscious.
No, I want to do. Oh, thank you. Sorry, I meant to announce Subdual and I totally forgot. But I promised that I meant to.
Isn't there a minus for subdual?
There is.
There is.
And I
It's a
intended
minus 4.
Minus
Oh,
4.
4, not 2. Oh, rough.
It is -4. It's the same as
T minus
attack.
2 with our
Yeah.
flanking bonus if you want to do it that way.
Yeah, and
Which
then
will
also flat-footed.
just still hit because you flat-footed and flanked.
Yes.
So, yes. You can
Wow.
absolutely do Subdual and knock Sparkles unconscious on the floor. Ogden. Sparkles never
All right. Ogden shakes his head at another reality that he almost witnessed, where one of the mercenaries was killed, and instead is going to take his pistol, draw his pistol as a move action, and as part of the shot is going to load in a Mark II sedative because his medicinals have been upgraded this level, because they're of a tier equal to.
Nice.
A level equal to his character level. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we're gonna shoot Sarzael with the sedative. Won't do nothing if we don't hit. I believe in you, Mozilla Firefox. Oh, and the medicinal.
You can call it Firefox.
Definitely hit.
The sedative coming at you. 5 more non-lethal damage to this guy.
Rizal is not looking well.
Okay. Ogden will just probably unnecessarily just call out to everybody. Remember that they are not in their right minds right now. We need to knock them unconscious to see what's been done to them. And that's
To the shock pad.
Ogden.
That's it. The staggered elf is going to take a shot at Ogden. Because, ow.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a 28 hit for 4 fire damage.
Ouch. I do not have a fancy thermal capacitor, so I'll take that 4.
But that's all he's got because he's staggered. Adelaide.
Adelaide will cast Fatigue. Well, actually, she's gonna step up and cast Fatigue into her hand and touch.
Okay.
Because he's already staggered, but it'll just make it that much harder. Fatigue. And let's actually roll that.
That's got to hit.
That
23.
will indeed hit. Fort save that it's gonna make.
Even with the penalties from
Staggered doesn't have any penalties to. It just causes you to lose an action.
Yeah,
and
but
its will save things.
Oh yes.
That's
But yeah, that's still gonna make it because your DC is only 13. You would have to
'cause
have it would have to be like a
cantrip.
-7. So I'm not even gonna go look.
proc. Oh well.
So it rolled really well on his 4th save,
Mhm.
or he rolled really well on his 4th save rather. Iris.
Iris will step up and switching to the shock pad because it's non-lethal, or it's got the stun property, so non-lethal. Will attack the
stun.
soldier. Yes. 17 to hit EAC for 11 non-lethal electricity damage.
Also
It is
flanking.
an unconscious soldier.
Yes.
Nice work.
All
I'm
right.
so good at this not killing people thing.
So good.
Oh no, this very unhappy operative here is going to.
Iris will look at them and say, surrender is always an option. Surrender is always accepted.
Sorry, I had a
Medic
frog in
humor.
my throat.
Gross.
got bone in my
Starfish
throat.
I don't know why the bonuses aren't in here for this Kniff, but 20 to hit your KAC.
Yes, hits.
And shouldn't be rolling 0 for damage. That's dumb.
That's very low damage.
It's just thinking about my, DR and stuff.
Yeah. That must be
8
it.
slashing damage.
Nice.
Yeah, sometimes the NPC sheet, if you type too fast, just puts zeros back in behind you.
Cool,
And my
cool.
data entry is really fast. So sometimes it doesn't compute. It doesn't like me. I move too fast.
Bad UX.
Yeah. I don't know what can really be done about it because it's like code laid on top of it. Anyway, that's Ezra's turn. Lasco.
Good. Lasco will again do a non-lethal attack against the operative. Where's my trick attack?
Where's your trick attack?
I pressed it, I promise. Oh, there it is.
Furthering my evidence that Lasco is not actually an operative.
Lasco, are you doing some dual damage again?
Yes. So that's -4.
That is an unconscious operative.
Oh man.
By a perfect,
Goodness.
actually, even if you hadn't been, that would be an unconscious operative because that brings them exactly to 0.
Nice.
Ooh,
Exactly that operative
choice.
Well done. The bridge is secure.
All right. Well,
Iris
we can
ties
safely.
him up.
Well, I'm sure we can safely assume that the others are likely to be hostile against us as well. Can we check the camera feeds?
And you can steal their gear.
Is problematic.
Stealing their gear
There were
seems
no drones
mean.
up here when this combat started, so no, you cannot check their feeds.
Well, it is worth pointing out that the mercenaries attacked us, but the who didn't, the pilot, the captain and
Crew.
crew.
No, Shez and Narla did not attack you. They fell unconscious.
Oh, but everyone else
So
on the
the
ship is a
crew-
mercenary. So
Well, they're all crew.
right. So the mercenary crew and the
So
non-mercenary crew.
stewards.
Oh yes,
Stewards.
Stewards and the versus the mercenaries.
You do find
So-
this stuff on them, and I
Writing it
totally
down.
didn't put.
Relief.
Mr. Lasco, would you mind
Yes, ma'am.
reading this data pad?
of course. Lister Lasco will take each of their data pads and try to hack into them.
I have a
Sparkles
thing
is the
after he's done with that.
one that has a data pad.
Obviously, I expect that they're not malicious, but it's worth checking.
We have some intelligence to indicate that there are enemies of ours on the ship.
Ah, you mean what
Yes, the
the
Grays
Grays
did tell
did?
you that.
They did tell
well,
us that.
I
Now,
would be
This
tempted
data
to.
pad.
I'd be tempted to assume that an enemy of the Greys might be a friend of ours.
Possible.
Was that the wording that she used, or was it we have an enemy on board, or that I have an enemy on board?
The wording I used was a Gray told you not to trust the people on board.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Okay. So she was told to not trust the people on board.
You were.
She being Narla.
You
not,
were.
Not
No.
the Grey.
Yeah,
Yes.
Narla didn't mention anything about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
You and Iris did. Ogden and Iris both got that message. But Narla did not mention it. And she was particularly lucid. That data pad is a spell cache. It has lots of information on Strawberry Sugar Heart Love.
This is not
and-
encrypted, but is completely
Yes.
irrelevant.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll return it to her.
Agent, are the non-mercenary crew okay? Are they still like clutching their heads and screaming, or are they just passed out?
Yeah, that was Ogden would like to examine the crew as well, the stewards as well as the mercenaries to make sure that the mercenaries' heads aren't going to explode.
Oh yeah, we do have precedent for head explosions.
Yes.
We do.
Very concerning.
Especially since there was that drill mentioned. Oh wait, no, that was into Iris's head. I think we're. Ooh.
I mean, there could be multiple drills and multiple heads. But yeah, do the check.
What kind of check would I make here, Nick?
What are you checking for?
I would think.
Heads not exploding. To see if they have augments in their brains.
Explode. Their heads didn't explode.
Well,
you guys would notice.
All right,
It's gonna
then.
happen a bunch of times now. You don't need to check for that.
Okay.
There are no
That is
cortex
fine.
bombs here.
I'm confident that their
Tricorder.
heads, having not exploded already, are not going to explode.
Well, you can understand my fear.
Of course.
Well, absolutely, yes. Ogden will also check the stewards to see if they're stable.
They do appear
And
to be
wakeable.
stable. They're not wakeable. An audible voice suddenly blares from the comm on the captain's chair. Hello? Has anyone aboard not gone homicidal?
Laska will answer. Indeed, we have not. Who is this?
Sergeant Kaneko Breeze. I could use a little help down here.
We're on our way. The med bay?
One who was drugged.
Med bay.
Sergeant, are you in pain?
I'm about to be.
All right, we rush
right,
towards
we're
the
running.
med bay.
We're on our way.
Fascinating.
So go ahead and move yourselves down to this main area here. Because you're gonna have to go.
Ping it again.
I'm in.
You're gonna have to go through this door in the main area to get to the medical bay. Give me a second before you go through it, please.
Oh,
Pull up some sheets.
which side of the door here you want us to be on?
The medical bay is towards the forward. I want you guys to be on the lift side of the medical bay door. That's aft.
Medical bay is area 6.
Yeah, I mean the medical bay
which
is over
to
here
our
where I
west
see
here.
a bunch of little crosses.
Yeah.
And I think we are. This is a lift. This is an elevator, so don't be standing
that's
there.
the lift. You probably just came down the lift.
Okay.
And there is a door to a hallway near the medical bay. And
Got
I've
it.
pinged
That's this thing.
a couple of times. Please don't go through it just yet because I'm trying to open some things before
Also-
you guys throw that door open.
That's fair. That's fair. By the way, I do have these pheromone grenades, which can be used to fascinate our opponents without harming them. I believe both I and
That could be very useful.
yes, I believe both you and I, Agent, should be immune to its effects due to your modifications. But those of us who do not have the respirator thingies should probably
Compounder.
stand back.
It's only
Compounder.
resistant, not immune, right?
It's a
You guys
plus 2
can
bonus to
hear,
toxins.
you guys hear through this door the sounds of somebody like trying to break down a door.
Okay.
Who's opening it? Okay, there we go. And everybody else, that's where you want to be when he opens the door.
No,
Sure.
I want to be right here so I can lob it in.
Okay.
Right here.
Iris
In
holds their
that
breath.
case, when you throw it open, you see in the hallway 2 more of the mercs attempting to break down the door to the medical bay. And that is where we will go to break.
Can
Yeah,
can we go
that tracks.
That tracks.
Can we go to break on Adelaide chucking the grenade in the hallway since it was already in action?
Sure. Adelaide chucks
Awesome.
the grenade in the hallway, and we'll be right back. Flashes across as an
Excellent.
explosion rips through that part of the ship. We'll be back. Let's go ahead and say 1/4 the hour with
Sounds good.
the results of that grenade throwing and a fight over the medical bay. All right. Don't go anywhere, folks. Welcome back, everyone. I hope everyone found the bathroom all right. In real life. When we left our investigators, they opened the door into this hallway, and Adelaide tossed in a pheromone grenade. It tried to bounce back towards the party, and she used her push grenade reaction to push it back into the right spot there. And these guys need... Now, this pheromone grenade says it disperses a cocktail of supercharged pheromones and magically modified mind-altering chemicals in the blast radius. I put the radius down. It's a 10-foot radius. And it says they need a will saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a little bit of a weird grenade. Oh,
yes, it is. It's from the graves, so weird is kind of like...
Weird is their forte.
In there.
Yeah, as we are realizing every day.
So let me make a couple of will saves.
Weird.
Here. Let's see. The DC for an Adelaide grenade is going to be 10 plus the level on that is 4, so that's 12 plus 2 for your dexterity modifier is going to be 14. So we got 1 fail and 1 success. And I believe it says dazzled?
Fascinated.
Fascinated. Yep. They just
Pretty
see
good if they fail.
pretty sparkles and...
Fascinated. So yes, Fire Spitter back here is fascinated by that grenade.
Nice.
And let's see, how long does that last?
I'm going to paste
see.
fascinated in
Number
there.
of rounds equal to the grenade's mark number, so 1 round.
Yeah.
1 round of fascinated. That's a nice thing to get off right at the beginning there.
Yeah, I know. I was super happy to roll so high.
And then let's act first.
Although, actually, it doesn't really matter. We had a surprise round. Okay. Anyhow.
How do I want to do this? So while they're fascinated, if I make a hostile action, that'll immediately end it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, any potential threat, such as a hostile creature approaching, grants you a new saving throw against the fascinated effect.
Oh, even approaching?
An obvious threat, such as someone drawing a weapon, casting a spell, or aiming a ranged weapon at you, automatically ends the condition.
You, not their ally.
Okay. So I guess if I like move in and ready an action to attack, will that immediately end for fascinated or later?
No, it'll be another saving throw.
Saving throw.
And it ends if I attack, but they only get a save if I approach.
Right.
Okay. I can live with that. So Lasco will dash in, leap to cling onto the wall, and then run up diagonally to be in this square, but like up a bit. So I'll move him here to signify that. And then ready in action to attack once Iris comes in. Subdually, not non-lethally. So I guess they both get saves.
Fire Spitter blinks rapidly and seems to regain their focus. Ogden.
Is this a surprise round?
No. Your surprise round was throwing a grenade.
Okay. And then, all right, I guess Ogden will draw a... I mean, he has his pistol out at this point because we were coming down for hostiles. So Ogden will go for... I just realized. He's going to try and shoot past two allies because Lasco's being Spider Boy and clinging to the wall. So we'll shoot past 2 allies to try and hit Torv with a... we'll make this a Mark II sedative as well.
Okay.
These sedatives are coming in handy. Input value. That's a 21 to hit KAC from cover. And we're going to add on 2d4 for medicinals.
That'll do it.
Another 5 points of non-lethal damage. Again, average damage for 2d4. Very nice. That is non-lethal.
Nice.
Question for you, Nick, and this is a weird one.
Yeah.
If I'm shooting with a lethal weapon, such as my zoologist injector pistol, but I'm adding on non-lethal damage, if I deal a lethal blow, but the non-lethal damage is there, does that counteract it?
If your lethal damage is what takes them down, then that's lethal damage taking them down. If it's your sedative, then it's non-lethal damage taking them down. So
makes sense to me. Okay, thank you.
But Ogden hits, does some decent damage. Torv looks a little shaky on his feet, but that doesn't stop him from swinging with his axe at Lasco up on the wall. Leaf, do you know off the top of your head if tactical great axes are unwieldy?
I believe they are. Let me look at them really quick though, because they're an armory, right?
I would believe that they are. I think
Pretty sure they are. Great axe.
Just swing one at Lasco with a 22 to hit KAC for 9 piercing damage.
They are not unwieldy. They're just analog.
Well, he didn't do it this time around, so he's just going to take that one, sort of gauge where you guys are at. And do that 9 piercing to Lasco up on the wall. Adelaide?
Adelaide is going to cast Infinite Worlds, level 2, as an instantaneous effect. So, just a moment. A destabilizing event, such as a brief earthquake, a split-second reversal of gravity, or a blast of icy wind, each character within the area must succeed a reflex save or be knocked prone.
I presume you're moving it back.
Yeah, so it doesn't hit Lasco. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Reflex saves. 4. Fire spitter. Come on, roll 20. I believe in you. They are both going to make their saves.
Oh.
Would you like your move action?
Sure, she pulls
Does
out...
it do anything else? Sorry.
She pulls out a sticky bomb. Why not?
Okay. Iris?
In and make a simultaneous attack with Lasco that they've practiced so much.
Okay.
Over the last 3 days, so much.
Last 3 days.
Are these non-lethal?
20 to hit EA.
Non-lethal, yeah.
Yeah, Iris set his shock pad to stun, and he knocks out Torv.
Oh.
Then mine is wasted, I guess.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
If it's a trick attack, could you move?
Well, I readied, and
You already
depending
did
on
the
how.
part.
No, that was a move action, not
We
a.
brought one down.
Oh, and your trick still has... your trick is a standard, right?
Right.
And you held the trick. I would let you move up and attempt to trick Fire Spitter instead.
Oh, thank you. Then, as Iris comes in and knocks down Torv, Lasco will run along the wall and drop in front of Fire Spitter and whirl around to claw his leg. So that is her leg, I apologize. Non-lethally, so that is a -2 effectively, so 19 versus KAC.
Yep. And you connect solidly. Fire Spitter is not looking great. Kaneko is going to use a standard action to suppress, to do fire support. So she needs to make a attack roll. She jams the button for the door to open. The door opens up, and shots fire from
Oh, no.
inside.
Well, does she fire shots inside, or do shots fire from inside?
From inside.
Good.
Just move up a little bit. She does hit that, so so that's covering fire and harrying fire for you guys. Fire Spitter is gonna pull a dueling sword and attempt to stab Lasco. Come on, stab. Oh, it's only a 13 to hit KAC. That's probably gonna miss.
Glances off the shoulder pads. Reinforced suit pads.
All right, Lasco. I'm gonna take Torb off the map here.
So my initiative's probably moved down next to Iris's because I readied.
Oh, that's a good point. Ogden.
Ogden takes careful aim. Yeah, there's no point in moving up. So I guess I'm just gonna take a minus 4 penalty for the non-lethal shot at this guy. You know what? Actually, no.
And -4 for
Ogden was
self cover.
yeah.
You should get a
So
scope.
yeah, so I was thinking about that. I should have asked if we could make one, but I don't think we had time. Instead, Ogden pulls out one of the static arc pistols that we took from the fight before, which has the stun property on it, and is going to fire it. Still with the cover penalty, but it is the same shot as the azimuth, just with a D6 instead. So
Go ahead and roll that.
that's an 18 to hit EAC.
EAC plus 4. Not quite.
Oh no! All right. Well,
Oh,
that
no.
is Ogden then.
All right, Adelaide.
All right. Adelaide will use her spell gem. Which one did I say that I took out?
I don't remember.
Oh, Pronk.
bomb.
Wing it.
Oh wait, no, it was a sticky bomb. She took out a sticky bomb.
That's right.
Thank you, thank you. So she's going to lob this sticky bun. Sticky bum. Bomb. Bomb.
Uh,
Oh wait, no, actually, never mind. That wouldn't be a good idea anymore. Sorry. She'll just cast Hazard.
Okay.
At Fire Spitter here at this juncture where it won't hit Iris or Lasco.
Okay.
And she'll use Cold. And Hazard.
Like save. Come on. Come on, roll 20. I believe in you.
I believe in you.
Ghost, you did hear plus 4 for soft cover.
Yeah,
That is going to make the reflex save.
Boo.
Boo. Do you want your move action?
Oh, yeah, she'll pull out a spell gem of Puncture Veil, if absolutely necessary.
Okay. That is both hands, and you do need a hand free to cast a spell.
Oh, right. Okay, never mind. She'll just put the grenade back in to her purse.
Sounds good. Oh, she has a purse full of grenades. Iris.
it's appropriate. Iris will shift up and another attack with the shock pad. Ooh, that's only a 12 to hit though, so 15 to hit EAC.
Flanking. 15. That is just right.
Oh my gosh, guys, I hit with a 3. Thanks for the flanking, Lucas.
Poor babies.
Fire Spitter is not looking great.
Lucas will try to take him down then.
Yeah.
All right. Lucas is next. Yeah, that does it.
Woof.
Um,
So 15 to hit With
-4 for sub.
-4 for non-lethal, maybe.
Yeah,
Event.
-4 non-lethal, but major trick, and you're flanking, which just hits it. Fire Spitter is unconscious.
These guys are pretty low level.
Oh,
Well, like with the other guys,
thanks for the rescue.
of course.
You're
Have
very
you,
welcome.
have you seen the others?
The others are currently writhing on the floor in the cockpit.
3 of them attacked us. We were able to knock them out and tie them up. The 2 stewards did not attack us. They merely fell unconscious.
It's also going to check the time. Did we lose any more time?
You didn't lose any more time.
Okay, just checking.
You did also notice Orvir in here at the turret, unconscious.
Right where?
The turret.
At the turret.
On our way down from the top deck.
Got it.
Yeah, you just climb down the ladder. Past, and you saw him.
I see. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, the ladder's like right here. Yeah, it goes like right behind the captain's chair, down past the turret, and down into the interesting positioning. I like the build. I want to see like the
it's really cool.
You know, the broadside.
Tell us what you remember. Tell us what
the
you remember.
broadside is in your journal if you're curious. For later. Well, that means there are 3 others. Who was on the bridge?
There was Sparkles, Sarzael, and of character. I can't remember the Kathatha's name.
Yeah, their names are currently
Ezra.
covered.
Ezra.
Well,
What do you remember?
I woke up and they were trying to break in. I wonder why we're unaffected.
Well, another thing
Iris
I'd like to know.
Iris suggests that Ogden have a look at her head wound while this is happening, being carried out. What were you saying there, Adelaide?
Well, what I'd like to know is why you're no longer drugged to the gills. And also, apparently, all yourself.
It probably just wore off. That doesn't even require a check.
Okay. Well, but so she was drugged to the gills because she was hurting, right? Because she was on morphine.
Heavily injured.
Yeah, she had a head wound.
Okay.
There's some medication going on there.
And she had been drugged to the gills when we saw her last, which was only like a little bit ago.
Which was 24 hours ago.
Oh, we haven't
Enough
enough
time for it to wear off.
Oh, wait, didn't we try to interview her? And
You guys
We
decided-
examined her.
Well, I asked her what was going on, and I examined her because I found out that
Oh,
she
that-
didn't
that
have
is
marks on her.
Yeah, a couple of hours ago.
Yeah. We had
And she
discussion
was.
between
Oh
them.
yeah, okay. So she was still high then 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I mean morphine wears off pretty fast.
oh, okay, so
Real life morphine, but this is,
I will-
this is don't poke too much at it. It's
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah,
that was my
it's
question.
just a plot.
you're poking holes in things. Stop it.
Sorry.
The problem is in this game, it's never clear whether a hole is part of the game or not. So you need to tell us
Yeah.
like, no,
Right, that's why I'm
don't
telling
worry
you.
about. Okay,
That's I was gonna say that's why.
Thank you for
Exactly
telling
what
me.
that's exactly what I'm doing here.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just for the sake of the plot, her
Yeah, I'm just
medication has
suspicious
worn
of the
off
plot.
enough that she's lucid.
Sure.
I might have played up how heavy the medication was a little bit too much. I apologize. Ogden can, however, make a medicine check about why she might be unaffected, which will do
That's
it.
a 29.
The medication must have prevented whatever happened to everybody else, probably because it's affecting the way her brain works.
I theorize that she was not experimented on because of her mental state at the time. they couldn't tamper with her brain because it was already quite tampered with by the medicinals.
You also suspect that you could weaponize some of that medication with a life science check.
Ooh.
No, I'm interested
Make
in
ourselves
that.
immune? Or...
No, weaponize.
Weaponize.
That is a 20. Is that enough?
That's not quite enough, no.
Reroll. Reroll.
I would like a reroll.
All right.
Could you just try again without using a reroll?
I would take you
Could I
another
try?
10 minutes. You know there are 3 more mercs somewhere.
Okay.
Hmm.
Then I will try with a reroll.
Right? This one, like I said, is from Ghost.
Hey,
Thank you, Ghost. You've given me weaponized medicinals. Because that's a
Yes.
31.
And then
So you
Nicole
managed-
immediately replenishes it.
You managed to make 4 doses of this weaponized medication that can be delivered through any injection weapon or a syringe. Any mercs injected take 4d10 non-lethal damage with a DC 17 fortitude saving throw to half.
Tell you what. I am so pleased that Ogden is a biohacker.
Yeah, it's true.
This
This
has
is
been a
really
great
an
AP
AP
to play a
for
biohacker.
biohackers.
You also,
Nets.
if the rest of you
Yeah.
look around the med bay while Ogden is doing this, you find some consumables, including 4 serums of healing Mark II, 2 purple nanite hypopens, 2 brown nanite hypopens, a dermal stapler, and an advanced needler pistol.
Just the biohacker AP.
Yeah, no, really though.
Yes, let it rain down on me.
Make it rain needles.
Advanced. Oh God, that sounds awful.
All the
No,
needles.
biohackers love needler rain.
Needler pistol.
Yeah, I'm putting it
The
in the
advanced
sheet.
needler pistol. Better than my zoologist. I don't think it is.
Question.
Your zoologist is pretty good.
Why weren't
this is-
we? Why weren't we made homicidal?
That's a good question. You don't
Unclear.
It is that. Toss it on the pile. In character, toss it on the pile of questions.
Fine.
None of this makes sense.
Filing that one away for answering later with
Yeah.
27 other
Left.
questions.
At least 27 other questions.
If it's taking you like 10 minutes to do that, can I also use those 10 minutes to try and hypnotize Kaneko to see what she remembers?
It's a good idea.
Because, I mean,
While she's lucid.
yeah.
Sure.
Good. Iris kind of under their breath mutters, "Good luck with that." She was stoned out of her gourd.
Oh, she seems pretty non-stoned right now.
but-
You managed to
I mean, her
hypnotize her,
memory-
and everything she remembers from the past 24 hours is Ogden's really tall.
hmm
Got it.
Yeah. I mean,
Her
I
memories
remember
are
back in
very-
the day-
Wavy.
I mean, I remember being on pain meds for my appendectomy and mostly remembering like doors opening and fish people.
Wait, fish people?
You know about
It's
the
a
fish
weird,
people? Oh, God.
it's a weird hospital.
Yeah, I don't remember anything really from when I was on morphine except no, I don't remember anything. Like the whole 2 weeks is just sort of a blur. I watched a lot of movies and laid in bed a lot. Like there wasn't a lot to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like she remembers the medical bay and she remembers Ogden coming in and saying hi. Like, but yeah, she's been in the med bay
So,
on meds. So
do we just want to give Ogden the hypopens too, or would it make more sense for us to be carrying the lesser remove condition and remove condition that we can apply to ourselves? What do you guys think?
I mean, I've got 2 spell gems of remove lesser condition.
Okay,
Lesser remove
And-
condition.
so we now have
So you don't
two,
need to hold
two
them.
hypopens now that can do it as well.
My question is, can those be loaded into an injection pistol?
sure.
That's a good question.
Kind and benevolent
Sure, Ogden
GM.
can do this thing.
I mean, hold on.
Hey,
'Cause
awesome.
they're nanite hypopens. We should read up on this before you just say yes.
Before I
Read
just
the actual rules.
Okay.
So we shouldn't
We'll-
waste a bunch
we'll
of
look
time
them up.
looking at it. I'm gonna have. I'll have a look at
yeah.
it since I have said this.
Okay, sure.
I only say yes because Ogden has abilities that let him load all sorts of medicinals.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
conceive why Ninden wouldn't or Ogden wouldn't just be able to crack open the single-use one-shot preloaded device and load it into their own.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Mm.
By default, it appears not. But
And
like I said, I'd be
honestly,
willing to buy that Ogden could make it work. Not the rest of you, but Ogden.
On the other hand, I'm perfectly fine with not being able to do it because I already have like so many things that Ogden can do with
There
his
is that
action.
too, yeah. All
Might
right,
be
You're
better
I'll go
to
pick
have
No, it just
all
makes
of our
sense
engines
to
like
give
that.
you this stuff. I don't know, like.
It makes sense to spread it out, though, right? Like, you don't give the healer all of the healing things, because sometimes
So-
you need to heal the healer.
So how about why don't Lasco and I each take one of the purples because they're the regular, and then we can hold on to the brown ones for the more specific conditions, and Ogden can hit us with those as needed.
Purple is the expensive one, remove condition. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. That removes
Alright.
a lot more conditions. Actually, does what it says.
So we'll each take one of those. Write it down on the sheet leaf.
Inventory management.
All right, so you've rated the med bay, and there's 3 more mercs somewhere. I think you head back to the elevator.
Yep.
Is there any way we
Kumiko
can
is
use?
going to lie back down because
Can we-
she's still only like at half.
Can we I know you said we couldn't on the bridge, but is there any way we can try and use the computers to track these guys from here, or still no?
No.
As we leave, we will lock the door behind us and make sure she has our comm codes and say, let us know if they find you first.
All right, array yourselves back in this main room as you approach the elevator, please. As the elevator
what a
begins
strange
to
question.
rumble
Perfect.
back up from downstairs. You have a second
Don't
to
need to
sort of
track.
move around before the elevator arrives at your level. And then roll me initiative
Ogden.
Ah!
Oh,
Oh no!
as 3 more mercs.
sudden
Didn't see that one coming. Actually, I did.
space fight.
No, apparently Iris did not see that one coming.
Doop-de-doop-de-doop.
As the elevator gets to the top here, Isle is going to what does Isle want
The
to
doors
do?
for the elevator, are they facing
The east side.
east? Okay. So they're going to have to come around.
Oh, there's no doors on the elevator.
Oh.
No, it's
What?
flat.
So
Oh.
that's not a wall there.
It's not a
like
wall.
this.
It's just the edge, the edge of the elevator.
Sorry,
when it's-
I would be
It's
here
down, it's a
then.
hole in the floor, and when it's up,
I wouldn't
It's
be
okay.
just. Actually, no. Iris is gonna hang out there. I lied. We're gonna live with it.
So do
Live
this
with
Uh,
it.
while we were in the med bay.
well, okay,
I
I'll.
rolled my initiative after you reorganized.
Oh, you did after I sorted.
My apologies.
No worries. Thank you for the heads up. Isle's going to bring a Stormhammer down on Iris. Stormhammer on Wielding a Leaf. My
That's not.
Yes. Stormhammer is
Oh, the
unwieldy.
Stormhammer. No, the Stormhammer's not unwieldy because Ninden full attacks with the Stormhammer all the time.
Well, in that case, well, he only rolled 1. So a 16 versus Iris's KAC.
16 will miss. And you are correct. It is not unwieldy.
Lasco.
Lasco really hates Stormhammers. I don't know if I've made that clear yet. But I just had a very unpleasant experience in episode 2 of this stream. He will take the unarmed attack non-lethally against this the armored guy to the northwest. Oh, is that the captain? The head of the mercenaries?
He's unconscious in the turret, remember?
Oh, okay. Got it. So it's the other guy. Trig attack.
Piratey looking folk.
Failed a trick. Ooh, probably miss. 15.
Yeah, that's gonna
Minus-
miss.
Okay. And then with my move action, I'll do an acrobatics check away. I guess 2 of them. Actually, no. This, then this.
Show
then
me your
this. Yeah.
path.
Yeah. So I'm backing up from here, and then going up, and then running along the wall to be above Iris.
Yeah, two acrobatics checks, please.
Yep.
Because as you move through this one along the wall by Iris, I think that's going to be a moving through. But you're just fine.
Lasco's very good at acrobatics.
Yeah. Ogden. Ogden?
You're muted.
Tom, you're muted.
All right, hear me out, everybody. I want to take that nat 20 that we got early on in the episode, because I think that would be a surefire way to deal a lot of damage to one of these guys and make sure that the injection goes in of the weaponized medicinal. We do have a nat 20 in the queue, yes?
Believe we do.
You do.
Acceptable.
Yeah. That's
Your blessing, I
40-10. But why not?
Yeah.
Or can I?
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Medicinal
so,
damage is doubled by crits as well, right?
Marking it off.
Not this kind. I don't think so. I would lean no, because this isn't. It's not part of the D20. It's just as you inject them, they take the 4d10 damage. But I don't know. This is all.
I think you're just
You can
nerfing
double your
yourself.
weapon damage.
double weapon damage. Okay, that is
double
fine.
your weapon damage.
Okay, so I guess I'll shoot first, and then do I have to use the nat 20 before I roll, or?
Oh, no, you don't, but I did already mark it off, so I guess you could.
I'm shooting with my zoological pistol. I saw the 20 and I was like, woo! All right, so we're shooting at Orgot here. What are they?
Mystic.
Goblin? Fork, okay. So here is, I will use that nat 20 then. Here is the extra damage. I'll just roll it again.
And I presume since you're using a nat 20, you're gonna go ahead and make it non-lethal.
Yes. So that is 23 damage, and the injection DC for the medicinal is actually raised by 2 because that's the crit effect on the injector pistols. So here's the weaponized medicinal. The DC was 18, not 17, because of the potent fusion, so it's 20 now.
Orgot falls to the floor of the elevator. Toad's unconscious.
Totes my goat's unconscious. All right, excellent.
Would you like
Thank
to move action, sir?
Yeah, for my move action, Ogden blows smoke out of the chamber of his injector pistol. And that's it.
All right. Well, in that case, Hesper is going to tap Isles' heckin' hammer, and then it's going to shift away from you, Pronkers.
Oh, I think the pronk not.
Shift away from you, Pronkers. Adelaide.
Was I just about to do? She was going to cast spell. I got thrown. I was expecting something where I could get them both with a 5-foot radius, and they moved, and now I'm like, ah. True.
I would
Spellcasters
strongly recommend throwing another fascination grenade.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. And she'll throw it to an intersection that will hit both Hesper and
I think-
the other one. Yeah.
This one here would do, yeah.
Yeah, without hitting her companions.
Yes.
You can also move this radius, by the way. You all control it.
Cool. All right. So, do I need to roll? I've got the push grenade and.
I mean, you need to roll so you can see if you have to
Okay.
use
Right.
your reaction.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're
So
good.
yes, I do need to use my reaction.
No, you don't. It's a thrown attack within 20 feet. You have a base attack bonus that'll increase that to at least 5. It's a 5 to hit an intersection.
Okay.
You're good. You're good.
Yay!
Yeah.
That was not a grenade sound.
I pressed the
Alright.
grenade
It's a
button. I
weird
don't know what you
grenade.
want.
Will saves. And these are DC 14, if I recall correctly. You're
I believe
unconscious.
so. Yes.
Cash probably it's almost guaranteed. Yeah. All right. Iol here is fascinated for a round.
Oh, thank God.
So that was pulling a grenade
Wait,
and
no.
throwing it.
Mhm.
Iris.
I rescind that previous statement. I do not thank God. I thank Adelaide. Adelaide, you saved my life.
You're welcome.
Are you in dire straits or something? I don't.
Did
I
you
don't
not-
understand.
Hear what Nick said. This technomancer booped this guy's weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yep.
And if you don't know what that means,
I mean, if you attack him, he's just gonna attack you back.
that's absolutely not what I'm
plan
doing. What do you
here?
think? I'm stupid? I'm a soldier. I'm getting in this technomancer's face. I'm moving away
As you
from
move
this
around
guy.
towards this technomancer,
Being
he's going to make
not
a
a-
will save.
No, because I'm moving away. It says if a threat moves towards them.
Hmm.
The threat is moving
All right.
away. They're fascinated with blinking, flashing lights.
All right. I'll allow it. Never
right.
said I didn't do anything for you.
We'll see what happens now with this shock pad. Oh, it is a 25 to hit for 13 shock damage.
That will hit.
Oh,
All right. Fascinated. You guys are the worst. Let's go.
Iris makes a
Let's
mental
go,
note to
Will.
give Adelaide money or something. I don't know.
Laska will tiptoe away from this fine, fascinated gentleman. Running along the wall and leaping off of it with a somersault to land onto this wall. It's just a few feet away. Whoops. Above Iris. And then sort of do a dive off of the wall, winging past Hesper's face to land on the bottom.
Rude.
I like to
Yeah.
imagine. I like to imagine that Lasco has a lot in common with Hanzo from Overwatch. So there's a lot of like wall running and stuff.
Do not invoke that name in this place.
Dude,
It's probably a
say
miss
that
though.
name
As cool as my description was. So +4, -4, 14 probably misses. KAC.
14 hits that Technomancer.
Oh, that poor Technomancer. He has
Technomancer
27.
unconscious.
All right,
Oh.
end of turn.
My poor Technomancer. Ogden.
All right. Well, Ogden takes aim at this guy, and the one guy remaining, I should say, the Stormhammer supercharged soldier. Lots of S's, and he's going to fire another round with the weaponized medicinal in it. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Oh.
That is a
Oh, no.
natural one.
Oh no!
In
You
great
do
contrast.
have You do have
Any
2 more
rerolls?
rerolls.
We do, yeah.
You do.
Do you all want to feed Ogden another reroll?
Feed the beast. Feed the beast. Take that reroll.
Feed
All right,
that
this one
beast.
comes from
Yeah, why
Jet.
not? We only have 1 hour left.
Yeah, we only got 1 hour left.
Thank you, Jet, for your reroll. Here is a reroll of the D20. It's a 19 on the die
Yeah,
for
that'll-
a grand
that'll
total of
do it.
27 to hit.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
was
So enroll your medicinal.
yes, this was non-lethal, of course, because that's what we're doing today. 17 non-lethal damage. So that is a total of he gets a fortitude save as well if half
Doesn't make
damage.
the fortitude save, so he's going to take
Okay.
17, and he's looking pretty beat up.
That was on top
17.
of the 11.
I
Yeah.
was on top of the 11, so he did 28 total.
Man, 4d10 really gives one a skewed perspective of their damage output.
Yeah.
All right, Adelaide. You guys not going to be fascinated anymore at the end of your turn. What do you want to do?
I mean, he's not fascinated now. Got him.
You just got attacked, yeah.
Oh yeah, he just got attacked, so he's no longer fascinated.
She's going to
Remember-
cast Fear.
Good.
Okay.
Oh dear.
I mean,
And it-
unless you can think of something else to do.
No, I'm just
I
imagining.
mean, it could make
you know,
the fight a lot longer.
I'm just imagining
That's
this
true.
turning into a Yakety Sax chase scene. That's fine. Do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Oh,
He
you
has to
mean
hit
like
the
Yeah,
button, go
Lask
back
goes
up the
faster
elevator.
than him. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Iris is also faster than him. We got this. Don't worry
All
about
right.
it. Do your
now,
fear.
is he CR 4 or lower, would you say?
Yes.
Maybe?
Probably.
Nick said yes, and she's kind of an authority on this.
Yeah, so we're going to just
I am
go
indeed.
Fear level 1.
Oh, if I'd realized it was going to affect your spell choice, I would not have told you. I would have made you guess. You would have guessed right. So
Hey.
that's not a big deal. All right, he is frightened. He starts jamming the down button on the elevator.
On his turn, he begins jamming
On his
the down
turn.
button.
Ah! Do you want to bring me back
Iris.
to Adelaide?
Nah.
All right, Iris.
Iris steps onto the elevator with him and starts jamming that button too. Oh
Yeah, no, he's
no!
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, God.
That is
Jams
an
the button
unconscious
with the
murder.
guy's head.
All right,
No.
you guys have
Non-lethally.
defeated. All of the mercs
Well, it was-
are unconscious.
Yes.
Well done.
And none
Man.
of them are
Excellent
dead.
work.
We did great.
Yeah.
We're
it
really,
really
good at
helps
not
having-
killing people thing.
having the non-lethal damage. Yeah.
Hmm.
The Ogden medicinals and the Iris shock pad and Lasco's just inherently good attack.
I've just been
I've
rolling
still got
well.
2 of those medicinals left as well.
Yeah,
they
how
also
many
have
of
really
those
bad
fascination
AC.
grenades do we have left? Because holy cow, those have come in handy.
No, we're out of pheromone grenades now.
Oh no! I think they were well used.
Shoot.
Iris saw their life flash before their eyes when that hammer got booped.
So the threat on
Um,
board the ship has been thoroughly dealt with.
But there's a ship.
There is a ship in your that's following you.
Iris rides the lift down and jams the button to come back up to the top floor again.
Well,
It
it only
says,
comes
"Guys,
up to
we
this
gotta go up."
floor. You gotta take
Right.
the ladder all the way to the top.
Right, no, I'm just imagining because it started going down after the guy got bashed.
Yeah, it's like
Huh,
all the time.
yeah.
I get on the elevator going the wrong way.
So annoying.
All right,
Right.
so hauling booty up to the lift here. Iris, yeah, actually, should we take the time to get these guys in the brig? I think we should throw these guys in the brig.
Do we have a brig?
Definitely.
We have
do
a
have a
We
brig.
can like maybe lock them in the. Oh, cool.
No, Iris.
Cool.
Yeah, we have a brig. It's number 3 on the list. I love it. I love it. I love it. Iris will do that. Iris will recruit Ogden to at least to help get these guys locked up in the brig. Well, Adelaide and Lasco try and figure some stuff out, maybe.
All right.
Sure.
Sounds good. You guys have more than enough time to do that.
Oh yes, we'll let the one conscious mercenary we'll let her know that she's safe, and if she wants to help us pilot the ship, we would appreciate it.
She will happily be your chief mate. You guys do get control of this.
Ooh.
Void Crier, you are currently the.
But we're not pirates. Don't call us pirates.
No, you're not
Borrowing
pirates.
it.
Everyone else is just unconscious.
We just happened to knock out everybody else on the ship except for the 2 steward
Hey,
officers.
they attacked first. Okay, this was self-defense.
We're not pirates.
Defense
We're
mutiny.
gonna
that's
give
all.
it back when they are in full control of themselves.
A mutiny in self-defense. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
We'll walk you off the plank.
All right. So the important thing here is what are your starship roles?
Good question.
Iris is
Oh.
obviously gunner. Hold on.
Isn't there like a magic
should-
officer or something?
There is.
Yes,
a
there
magic
is.
officer,
Simon, do
yeah.
you want to click over to the actual ship sheet in that
Oh, yep.
handout?
Yep,
So
yep,
the
yep.
audience can see
unless-
what you guys are working with.
Actually, Adelaide could be captain because she can give bonuses for.
So honestly, I
there's
think
like-
magic officer is better.
Okay,
yeah.
fine.
Because
Captain is surprisingly kind of it's a useful role, but it's probably like one of the least important roles.
it's
Okay.
surprisingly not that important to have a captain.
Yeah.
that
Last go
how
should
you
be on
will.
engineering.
Where's the cheat sheet that we
Yeah,
used to
that's
have?
what I thought. Lasco, what is your bonus to engineering?
Wait.
It's not great.
we don't-
It's 11.
Okay. You're still doing
I
better than
haven't-
me by 2.
I haven't made you guys a copy for this game. Let me do that real quick.
And while you're doing that, we can discuss Starship Roles a little bit more in depth.
Yeah.
Friends,
Go for
do we
it.
have a pilot?
Iris can pilot if need be. That's where I was trying to get to there because I just jumped on Gunner, but I'm like, wait, I have ranks in piloting. Who here has
Yeah,
ranks in piloting otherwise?
No, I think we explicitly had no ranks in piloting, so we asked you to take them.
Pirating.
Now we have some ranks in
We're not
pirating.
pirates. We're not pirates.
Yeah, what did I say? You're giving it away. Stop! Oh, dang.
All right, so Iris on pilot.
Yep.
That leaves Ogden to gun then, because Ogden doesn't have computers or engineering. He has bluff, so he could occasionally step in and try and taunt the enemy ship.
Nope. No, we need a gunner, obviously, right?
Well, yeah. No,
Yeah.
that is more important. Damage output is kind of necessary for Starship combat. Okay. That sounds like
let
we've
me
got everything.
bring up the sheet, the rules for
Yep.
this. We have a document.
Yep.
The cheat sheet does not yet have the new actions. I have
Magic
not updated
officer.
it in like a year.
Okay.
So those ones, sadly, you're just gonna have to pull them up on Nethys. But I'll put that on my to-do list
Yeah.
before our next Starship combat.
In like $3.
Whatevs. There will be one
So-
next book too, I'm sure.
Yeah,
You don't know
I was
that?
gonna
You haven't
say,
read it?
Books were just weird.
This is Nick. Nick likes Starship Combat. Nick,
Yes, I
Nick
do.
actually appreciates
Mhm.
the nuance of it, and that is Nick's GM style. So Nick includes more Starship Combats. It's just a thing now.
Pandering.
I don't mind Starship combat.
I can take him or leave him. That's why I don't care either way.
All right, I will fire up Starship combat music.
Yeah. As a
came out
reminder,
really loud.
Oh my
for
gosh, yeah.
for the
Starting,
original
I'm
roles
choosing a different one.
in here, the sheet will allow you to put your character name in the appropriate box and then roll. Like Lasco is in here right now as the engineer. You guys don't have any computer bonuses, so it's not a big deal at this juncture. But like if I click engineer, but it does have to match exactly the name on your character sheet.
Which is why I wrote Mr. Lucas Lasko.
Yeah.
Oh, how
that is
was...
the name of the character sheet?
I didn't mean to
How
click
was-
that.
I'm trying to figure out why Iris is not recognized. That's what my name is on the
Read
sheet.
it Well, first of all, you're the pilot, not the science officer.
Did I click on science officer and not pilot?
Well, you made yourself the science officer. Now you should be able to put pilot.
I see. Pilot.
Also,
the name is beneath.
piloting.
Okay.
Actually, can we hit update pilot here?
Nope, I got it.
You have 5 ranks in piloting, right?
Yes, I do.
Full piloting ranks from the pilot sheet. Oh, I think you have to hit update pilot, Leaf.
Me?
I just entered it manually.
Yeah,
It's not a
up by
Where?
defenses there, in the ship sheet.
Okay,
If you
hold
have
on.
your sheet
Update
open,
pilot.
hit update pilot. It should grab them,
We have
but maybe not.
heavy laser cannons on the turret. What a dream.
You do.
It's pretty nice.
Linked heavy laser
My
cannon.
damn.
That's like, whew.
Pretty
Stewards
nice
are,
equipped, guys.
They like building death spheres, it seems.
Yeah, you have 10 speed and good maneuverability. I'm gonna close the Void Crier and open this this ship that's after you.
Mysterious
What?
ship.
Yeah, so this ship here. Let me shift Z for you. Da da da.
A little on the nose, huh?
Yeah, just a little.
Hey,
It's a flying
Grace has flying saucers. It is a thing.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean,
No need
I
to
like
pretend
that they've-
otherwise.
Yeah, they've leaned into it.
Yeah.
So, is it safe to assume that the ship's tier is the same as our level, or is this a different tier ship that we're piloting?
The Void Crier has a tier in its sheet. Tier 5.
Marvelous. And this enemy starship tier, just for
For the sake of your
spreadsheet reasons.
calculations in the spreadsheets, it is tier 4.
I do not know that,
Okay.
but I am
Yeah,
so
your characters don't know that, but the tier of ships is sort of an abstract thing anyway. Like, I highly doubt your readouts are saying this is a tier 4 ship. So, all right. Are you guys ready?
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Super.
All
ready.
right, top of the round, engineering phase.
That's
What
me.
do you guys
Oh, that's me.
wanna do?
You're the science officer.
No.
Sorry, you're not the science officer. You're the magic officer.
Yeah, magic officer happens.
Which also goes on the engineering phase.
Yeah, can only
okay.
be
So
taken
it's
during
both
the
of us.
engineering phase.
Got it. Yes, yes.
Simon.
So what you doing?
I will make an engineering check to divert to, let's say, engines, because the most important thing is for ships is to go fast.
All right, give me a check.
27 succeeds.
Yep, that'll do it. All right,
Magic officer.
magic officer.
I can give us a bonus to do. I can
probably
give
be
a
most-
bonus.
It'd probably be most useful to scry, right? So we know what they're doing, what they can do.
Sure. And how do I do
Science
this?
officer.
Yeah. So is this just a mysticism check?
Yep.
Got a 26.
Okay, so it's just like the
Just like the science officer.
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
like the science officer one. And let's see. Their countermeasures are at pretty dang good. Oh, sorry, I'm doing math. You are just 5 above, so you get the basic information and defenses.
Nice.
So this ship, let me flip to the very front. This is indeed a gray monitor capsule. It has a complement of 4, minimum 1, maximum 4. Ship classification, size, speed, maneuverability. It's small. It has a speed of 10 and perfect maneuverability, so it doesn't have to move at all before it turns. It can just spin in circles all day. Yeah. Well, I mean, it is a flying saucer. You also get its AC is 18. Its target lock is 18. Total and current hull points. You haven't hit it yet, so it's got 40. Shield points, it's got 60, 15 in each quadrant, and its core PCU value is 140.
Oh, question. Why are our shields not distributed evenly? Should they be?
That is the way they were distributed on the stat block.
Okay.
Is why they were distributed that way. I'm not sure entirely why that is.
Not worth learning about.
Yeah. And they do some stuff in the engineering phase. Let me check. Chief Mate acts in mostly in the helm phase.
Oh yes.
Yeah, what are the rules for that?
They're here. I'll link them in our Discord.
Pretty please, thank you.
So the Chief Mate has a few options. They can give you guys a hard turn. They can access maintenance panels during the engineering phase, ripping them open, and manually bypassing safety systems to give. This looks like it gives bonuses to give you different systems. I guess we could try that with Conoco. Do you want to impact another system, Lasco?
I suppose, yeah.
There's also a maximize speed in the helm phase that she could do. If you guys want to just open the Chief Mate and let me know what you want Conoco to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to decide. Why don't we actually? What if we use the manual realignment to get extra scans?
But that only helps the science officer. Especially because it's
that makes sense. Yeah, can't realign the sensors to help divination.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, actually, I liked the flavor text for that. So, you employ a substantial form of divination, such as dealing from a digital harrow deck, reading the future by interpreting the splatter of leaking coolant on your ship, or visually scanning the readouts of your starship's myriad screens to pull deeper and predictive meaning from the lights and sounds around you.
Nice.
Yeah, why don't we just have her do the hard turn then, so that Leif gets +2 speed from me and 1 extra free turn from her.
Which will bring you guys to perfect maneuverability. So let's go to the helm
only for
phase.
1 turn though, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just for 1 turn.
For 1 turn.
Let's go to the helm phase. That's going to be opposed piloting checks to see which helm acts first.
Only an 18.
Oh no!
I rolled a 5. I rolled 6, audience.
Guess who's first?
That's probably me.
Yeah, it's you.
That's okay.
So Conoco needs a. What are we doing? We're doing hard turn. Acrobatics or athletics.
Yep.
Range is 10 on these weapons.
Yes.
All of our weapons.
Conoco's getting acrobatics at a +10. That should do it to give you guys perfect maneuverability.
Yeah. So it's 1 move before I can turn on a normal one, but then for that I can just turn on a dime.
Yep.
Only
you can
once.
Turn on a dime now.
Only once. So
It's once per
as we're going this way, Iris will kind of give a nod at what's her name, and just kind of slam the maneuvering stick, and it just turns hard, and we start flying this way. 1, 2. We're gonna turn a little bit more. 3, 4, and actually 5, 6. 12.
Yep.
Yeah, you do have
Okay.
12.
6 left.
Like, don't worry too much about positioning because they're going to go after you. So oftentimes when you fail the roll, you just want to like make it as difficult as possible for them to do much. So I usually just like zoom straight away from them unless I know for sure that they have way better range, which we don't know yet.
It's true. You don't know what kind of weapons they have on that.
I was going to say, I want to keep us within range, though, because they could always just
No,
pull out.
that's the point. They can just pull out, right? Like,
Yeah.
our guns don't fire until after they move, so they get to choose what range they are from us.
Yep. We're going down to here.
Alrighty. On their turn, they are going to flip around. One, flip, 2, flip, 3, 4, 5. Come get up in your faces. Their action, they appear to be very invested in tailing you. Do we have any more? You used all your helm phase actions. They've used all their helm phase actions.
Did Iris want to roll like to be evasive or do a stunt of any
Isn't
kind?
there a stunt I can do too? When
you do the move.
That is also
Do that
yeah,
after the
during
move.
your helm phase.
Gotcha. I was going to do the evasive maneuvers, so
Yeah, go
I
ahead and give us a roll.
roll another piloting check, I assume.
Yep.
Yes.
We don't have computers.
Nope.
It's a 22.
I think that's
Might do
good enough.
I think that's exactly what you need because
Hold
it's
on, I'm looking
15
where.
plus 1.
Evade is.
Yes, I needed a DC 18 actually, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
You're good. All right, so you've increased your AC and TL by 2.
Yep.
All right, fire!
All right. Ogden takes the controls of the turret and fires it back at them with a 24 to hit their AC for
Oh,
43 points
Oh,
of damage.
Man.
It was an
Ow.
18 on the die. Don't expect much of that. But
Yeah. What do we have queued up in the way of bonuses, by the way, from our audience, just so we know? Because it seems like probably the last combat we're going to have.
Oh, yes. You have a reroll and you have a +1 to any roll. They miss you horribly. You do 43 damage to their forward arc. Because we're going to need like an actual calculator for Starship combat. So we're going to subtract their shields. And then you do 28 damage to their hull. So
Yeah.
that is, let's see. So we have a damage threshold at 8 that you passed. And one is 16 that you passed. And the next one is 24 that you passed.
Yep.
So the
I
next
roll
one
you
is
3
32,
D100s, my
roll me
friend.
3 D100, yeah. Goodness
200
gracious.
on the
All right.
nose.
62 is the
62?
engine glitching. 95 is the power core glitching. And 43 is in the weapons array. I'll be nice, since they only have the one weapon, it is glitching.
Goodness
Oh my
gracious.
Great rolls.
Those
Great
were
rolls.
like- That was the jackpot.
Yeah.
Ogden just wrecking house.
Top of the round! Engineering phase.
Same roll. Add power to engines.
Okay.
Extra damage for your next shot, if you think he'll hit it.
Yeah, I can.
24. I'd
Or
still
I
like
could
to
give
know
us-
what the range on his weapons are.
Ah.
Like, the fact that
gonna
I got so
scan it
close
again?
makes me slightly think it's 5, but yeah.
So, would we like a +2 to piloting? A
I'd lean
Scrying
towards scrying, yeah.
scrying.
would
Okay.
get us the range
Scrying
of the
fine.
weapons, yeah.
Okay. Can do.
I
Woo.
have to roll a 2 or lower to fail my my basic piloting checks for maneuvers, so don't worry about me.
Yeah.
that doesn't-
Adelaide looks at the screens, all the flashing lights, and and sort of tease. And we see. What do we see?
You see that they have a light particle beam in their forward in their forward arc.
And that's it?
Yeah, I mean, she said
I mean,
one
you
weapon.
only got one piece of information, so you don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that is a light direct fire weapon, or actually, I didn't actually fill it in, but it is a direct fire weapon with a medium range that does 3d6 damage.
Could we
But that
use
is
the
the
chief
only
mate?
piece of
Could we use chief mate to
information.
get another piece of information?
Sure. What do you guys need from Conrad?
Oh, right. No, right. We already ruled that you can't do that.
Oh, you're right, because it's not a it's not a science officer.
Acrobatics to make the mysticism more mystic.
I flex really hard at the computer. And
Read the
it
veins
tells
in
me
my
more
arm.
things. Which way do we need to go so they don't shoot us?
Let's just get hard turn then. Not sure if it'll matter, but
Is that it for engineering then?
yeah, you only got one.
Helm phase, opposed piloting checks.
Well, chief mate has to decide what to do.
You guys are deciding what the chief mate does.
Got it.
Remember.
So, and yes,
Just the hard turn.
hard turn, it happens during the helm phase.
Okay. That is a tie. I'll make them go first.
Oh,
You guys have a turret, so they're going to, since they're first, they're going to do a turn and shroom, and then spin around to face the direction they think you're going to come from.
But their front shields are also where we shot them before, right?
Yes.
That's true, yes, but they can't shoot you from any other direction.
Yeah.
You don't know that, but you might start to suspect that here.
Okay.
L.
Well, if they're going to be over there, and then Iris is going to keep up in their face because they really seem more like a reconnaissance craft than anything.
Yeah.
Going to
Let's see if
go
we can
for
do that hard turn.
yeah. Go ahead and see if you can't do that, and at the same time, I'm
Ooh,
going to
it's only
roll
a
for another
15.
evade. Oh dear.
I don't think you get your hard turn.
I don't think we
Right.
do either. Doesn't fail by 10, does it?
Let's see. Chief mate, hard turn, 10 plus 1.5 times your starship's tier, so that's 17. No.
Okay, good. Then nothing bad happens. Moves 4 here, turns, moves another 2 here, so that's 6, and then turns again. 9, 10. We'll go with right there. We're not going to move the full distance because we don't have to. And that'll
All
still
right.
let us hit the front arc.
It absolutely
And-
will.
Could go
Fire.
the distance. All right. Weapons are going to fire.
Fire.
Ogden fires the heavy laser cannon turret again.
Reroll.
It's only a 12.
Take a reroll.
Yeah, we're taking the reroll. How
All right,
many
this
rerolls
one's
we
from
got?
Trippy. This is your last one.
Thank you,
Make it count.
Trippy. Friends,
missed
don't be
horribly.
afraid to give us more rerolls. I have a feeling we're going to need them. Here
Please.
comes the D20. That is a 14.
I don't think we need 'em.
I have. Yeah,
That is
that's a
higher,
20.
That's 20. That will hit for 34 damage, which all goes right past their shields, and that gray ship, all the lights blink out. It is disabled.
So what I said before about maybe needing the rerolls.
So you're a
So
liar.
taking your revenge on this gray ship.
Yeah.
What say we board
Alright.
them this time?
I'm
Or
certainly
again?
interested.
Unclear.
Hold on.
Make a
Let me
return
make
trip.
sure. Because I feel like Grays, man,
The very secret
yeah.
Grays
get
gotta
blown
have
up.
their ship self-explode. Yeah,
Mm.
it's gotta go boom. Because they,
Yeah.
I mean, they explode their brains to keep you from capturing.
And it
them.
goes boom.
Oh, and there can be a good scene here. Lasco like spins around and Lasso comes up to the bridge after disabling the ship and says, "All right, everyone, let's go give them a second visit." And then over his shoulder, the ship explodes.
in the view screen.
Yeah, that tracks. Yeah.
Never mind.
So you discover that the drift engines are now working once again. Shortly after the battle, Orvir, Shez, Narla, the surviving mercenaries reawaken because you guys knocked everybody out.
Yeah.
Kaneko and Orvir are understandably grateful that you didn't kill any of the mercenaries. And they acknowledge that they are in debt to you for saving them from these greys. Kaneko suggests that the steward should reward your valor. And Narla agrees, but you guys can give me a sense motive check there.
Totes my goats.
Gladly. Oh,
And
We've got
Iris-
nat 20s. We've got nat 20s, guys.
Yeah,
No, we don't.
You don't.
No, we don't.
You have a
We have
couple of
rerolls?
rerolls.
Rerolls.
We have 2 more rerolls.
I do want
But
to take a reroll.
Iris,
I was going to say,
Iris
hold on,
can
guys.
tell, that her feelings on this situation are more complicated than she's letting on. If you ask about it, she chalks it up to the close call with Oblivion that you all just had, and is unwilling to elaborate any further. But everything's now sort of back in order. Narla gets the ship set up to jump to Turkalis base, where you'll get to meet Narla's superior for a debriefing, as she mentioned earlier. You guys have 5 days in drift now that you guys can use to do more crafting, break things down, all that jazz.
And as far as loot goes, it feels like we should give the stuff back, but it also feels like we should get some sort of wealth in this book.
As always,
I'm sure we'll get.
You role-playing wise, feel free to give it back. You can still count what you would have taken as BPUs, so as not to mess up your wealth by level.
Appreciated.
Because I don't want to punish you guys for giving
Not
people
killing
their stuff.
people? Yeah. I appreciate
For
that.
not looting unconscious bodies. Yeah.
Yeah.
For not being actual
when they were-
pirates.
Yes. You guys are not going to get punished for not stealing everyone's stuff while they were unconscious. That's not cool.
Thanks, Nick.
Because that just encourages y'all to be murder hobos, and I really don't want you to be murder hobos.
Yeah, we're not really
We don't
built
want to be
more-
murder hobos.
Yeah, we didn't build ourselves to be murder hobos. I mean, Adelaide is definitely like a robber baron, but there's big difference.
It's true.
Yeah.
You guys got through a short investigation, 3 combats, and a starship combat with a half hour left on the clock.
Wow.
Nice.
Good job, guys.
We're winning Starfinder right now.
Yeah, we're Starfinder playing machines over here.
Yeah. but it's also we have a Starfinder DMing machine as well.
Just so.
Nick is very efficient.
When
Credit
we
where
when we
credit
go when we talk to our fathers and they ask, "Are you winning, son or daughter or person?" we can actually say yes. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are winning Starfinder.
You are indeed winning Starfinder. This is true. That's all I got for you guys until next week when you guys land at Turkalis base for your debriefing. I can give you a little bit of a teaser, I suppose.
Yeah. Tease us.
Next time on
Next time.
Threefold Conspiracy.
You'll arrive on Veros, a volcanic. I think it's a moon. Yeah, it's a moon. With broken by rivers and pools of lava. Kind of a cool place. It's a rectangular facility with a slender tower in the middle. There's a blue and gold symbol of the Stewards projected holographically above it. And as the Void Crier approaches, Narla asks for permission to land. After the request is granted, the Void Crier banks toward a large hangar that opens wide. The frigate lands alongside another ship of similar size. Welcome to... What did I call it? Welcome to Turkala Space.
Excellent.
I will fade to black.
Ooh.
Yeah, you guys will have some time next time to get settled in and learn a bit more about the stewards who rescued you.
All right.
Sounds good. Cool.
Very excited.
Still waiting for that second fold.
Yeah.
Found like a crease of the second fold here.
There's something weird going on.
Us.
Yeah,
Those are grays.
Yeah.
something hinky's going on, man.
And Nick covered her mouth at least twice today, so
Yeah.
we know we're getting close to something.
You guys want to
Yeah.
share some of your theories with the audience?
Hmm.
I'm of the persuasion that like I generally don't theorize ahead. I'll theorize like in the moment, but I don't build funnily enough, I don't build conspiracies or anything like that. I just sort of like let the like in a movie, right? Like a mystery movie or something. I generally just sort of let the movie
Let it
happen
follow,
and I
yeah.
digest it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my fear whenever I predict things is that I'll be right, and like when you predict a thing, it's always a letdown when you end up being right, because like it sort of breaks the whole narrative, right? If you're like, oh, the bad guy is actually I bet he's like a vampire or something, and then he is, then the reveal's super lame.
Blah, turns
Right.
out I'm a vampire. Huh.
How about
I don't know.
what do
I
your
like being
characters
smug
think
and
is
knowing
going on
things.
here? Because your characters must have some theories
Yeah,
About-
yeah. So
what's going on.
Lasco's really uncomfortable with this whole thing, as one might be. Probably more so than, certainly more so than Adelaide. I think the theory that he's most comfortable with right now is the memory editing theory, that like he is who he thinks he is, and most of his life has been what he thinks it is, and that there was just like some memory editing that has happened, I guess, twice now.
Mm. Yeah, Adelaide thinks
Maybe by one of his business competitors. Yes.
Adelaide just thinks that they're unlucky and have gained, we're just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and the Greys wanted some experiment, some subjects, and are just like a really bad boyfriend. They won't go away.
But does she also think that like the memories are just being edited?
Yeah, she thinks that, well, any number of things could be happening, but she thinks that the Greys are ultimately doing all of it. And she thinks
Ogden
that,
is
which
just-
means that the Greys are real.
Oh, the Greys are definitely.
Oh yeah, I mean,
real.
we know.
We shot one. Yeah, like I guess I expected you to like go sort of like into more weird stuff, like with parallel universes or anything like that.
Well, I mean, she's definitely. Well, yeah. I mean, she can understand why she can understand why she's been targeted, but she can't understand why the rest of you boring people would be. Like, she can understand why they'd go with her for perhaps replacement. There was that that picture of her at a gala she never went to, wearing an outfit she's never bought, that kind of thing. Like, yes, that's very odd, but I've seen odder, but the odd thing is that the rest of you are coming with me. She's also kind of self-centered, if you haven't noticed.
Oh, we
Tom,
know.
you're going to tell us what Ogden thinks?
Yeah, Ogden's on board with the whole the Greys. He doesn't know why the Greys are experimenting on them, but on the party, I mean, but he's certain that the Greys are messing with memory, as they've now proven that they can do with this incident alone. He's also, on a personal note, very concerned about the device that he is still carrying with him from the mythical episode 0. So Yeah, he's got a lot. He's got a lot in the game right now.
One of these days, he should really poke back into that device. We'll have to do something with that.
Yeah.
What about Iris?
Iris doesn't know what to think. There's too many possibilities, and they've considered too many of them already, and it's caused too much anxiety. So they are just allowing things to play out.
Taking it one day at a time.
I will say that Iris has definitely heard of this base before. It is a real Steward's base. Sort of out in the middle of nowhere. It's not a place you want to get stationed. So, people who requested generally get it. They tend to stay there a really long time.
Iris, while they would be upset at coming to this place on a normal day, is just ecstatic to be heading somewhere that they know is real and exists.
It is definitely real. It definitely exists. It is a real Steward's base. Iris can verify. So you're sort of back in the real world.
Or are we?
Uncharted territory.
Audience, if you have fan theories about what's going on here, why these characters were kidnapped by the Greys, shoot us an email or let us know in Discord. But it's way more fun if you shoot me an email or us an email because we can read them on the air.
Yes.
And tell everyone what you think. If you want to have us read your theory on the air, shoot us an email, nonstandardaction@gmail.com. We'll totally tell the world what you think. Or email us and let us know your birthday's coming up. We'll give you a shout out. Just say hi. Ask us questions about these characters' internal lives. We're definitely looking for more icebreaker questions. If there's anything you want to know about these characters, shoot us an email. nonstandardaction@gmail.com. These guys will make up any answer to any question I ask them. So if you send me questions, I will ask these guys those questions.
Any questions?
Almost any questions. If they're inappropriate questions, I'm going to send you back a disapproving GIF and tell you to try again. But I want to say thanks once again to everybody who came out yesterday and chatted with us and donated. You guys made that whole charity event possible. Like I said before, we raised $800, which is amazing. You guys really are the best audience we could hope for. That fundraiser will be up until the end of the month. So if you have an employer who's matching your donations, or you just want to throw some extra money at it, you have a chance to get in those last minute donations and get the GoFundMe above its goal, which would be cool. If not, they get the money anyway. They're not going to cut us off. All is well. Anything else you guys want to say before we close out for the week?
You guys are great.
We got Cosmic Crit at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We do. There's new Cosmic Crit today, new Star Lords on Thursday. As always, our character art was drawn by the wonderful Seth Mistake and Potatoes. I don't know if he's doing any commissions. You can ask. Last I asked, he was way too busy, but it never hurts to ask. His art is fantastic. Our theme music. Huh?
I think he started doing commissions again. He was mentioning one that he was working on yesterday.
Yeah, I saw in chat, but he might still be catching up on the backlog. Like I said, ask. It never hurts to ask.
Can't hurt to ask.
And our theme music, our break music, is all done by our own lovely Tom. We appreciate that very much. And
He said I'm lovely.
You are lovely. And yeah, that's it for this week. We'll see you guys next time as they just head out onto this into this moon base for their debriefing. Say goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
We'll see you next week.